Yeah, back from the dead. I was gone for a minute, but I had to resurrect. They've been comfy with me gone, now they got me seeing red. Everybody sleepy hollow way, they never get ahead. Like little revive, yeah, I'm from the undead. Yeah, I'm back, but I don't think that I'll ever get rest. 5'6", too short, but the money 5'10". If you really want me gone, put a price on my head. Like moved on, but my past still haunt me. Put them wrong, but they all still talking. Swear you never know what this shit cost me. Been retired, but they all still want me. I was making 10 back when I was so wavy. Hit the graveyard and the racks went crazy. If I pass you, ain't my fault you got lazy. I don't mean to brag, that's the way y'all made me. I'm a young Jack Parsons, music my arson. Smash the competition, but I still stay carving. Slice them up, still stay climbing up. Every new level like an addict, I ain't high enough. Try to kill me, that's your own damn noose that you tying up. Drop 2 albums, now they really better buy it up. Y'all got 30 writers on your songs, you couldn't try enough. Think it's time I finally really light them up. Yeah, I've been depressed, but the beat's still banging. There ain't no beef, all my boys still hanging. Everybody cheats in this game, it's outrageous. Couldn't be me, I don't wanna be famous. Fuck the clout, fuck the fame, fuck the noise, fuck the Grammys. After all I've been through, can't believe I'm still standing. Yeah, it's 3 AM, yours sleep while I've been planning. On the gang, always expanding. Back from the dead, I was gone for a minute, but I had to resurrect. They've been comfy with me gone, now they got me seeing red. Everybody sleepy hollow way, they never get it.
Should be it. Alright, we are live. Someone say something.
Hello.
Alright, good stuff. Okay. Welcome to the stream. I'm joined here with Vic Grimes, Spinling, Narcoleptic, hahayeah, and Pragmatic. So,
What's this?
let's start with some stuff here. Before we actually watch the video, we're going to argue about the video that we haven't even watched yet. So, Prag, what do you have to say to Mr. hahayeah about this lovely Pieman stuff?
Yeah, so when it comes to the Pie Girl video, like, what is just your general take on it, I guess?
I think it's a fucking stupid video.
Why?
Because most of the stuff, most of her arguments, because I have seen the video, most of her arguments are just like
Check DMs, Narco.
things that I've already sort of disproved, and also very cherry picking, and also the whole John Swan bit. It's just, I think one of our main points was like most of my videos are like speculation and misinformation. Then there's a big bit where she just speculates on John, and also misrepresents a lot of the things he's trying to say, or misrepresents a lot of the things he did.
Okay, so what exact things do you think, I guess, like, can you just like give me some examples of things that were cherry picked or was misinformation that you think were like not accurate in the video?
Off the top of my head, I'm trying to think. Well, there's one big one about John. As I'm thinking about it, it's there's a part where she says like John found her school through like cross-referencing all of the schools in like Australia or something. That was she posted a picture of her school uniform where her badge was visible, and offhandedly in a VC, John was like, "Oh, like why the fuck would she do this? It's probably like really easy to find." And then within like a couple of minutes, he found it and then forgot about it right after. She represents that as some like malicious thing where John was like going out of his way to find her information. Give me a minute and I'll try and think about some of the other stuff.
So are we going to watch the video together though? Are you going to stay to watch the video of us, Prag, and you can call out anything you want, and Matthew can be here for the defense, or what's going on?
If you want to do that, that's fine.
Well, it's up
like,
to
if
it's up to Matt, to be honest. You're right.
Yeah. If he wants to do that, that's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, no pressure, because I know he wants to. I know he wants to do his own stream afterwards, but so.
Oh yeah, as well.
This stream is.
With the Kiwi Farm stuff, there was where she was like, what is it? She was like, yeah, no, he said Kiwi Farms is my favorite website, and that's not true. And the whole thing, there was a joke I made, where it was like the internet's favorite website, and then I put a screenshot of her saying, I believe it was overdose on heroin, you hard RN word, and that was my point. And she took it out and said like, oh, he accused me of using Kiwi Farms for research, and that's just not what that was about.
Oh, well, it'll, like, I've seen your video, right? And it definitely
Right.
seems to be the case that, like, you definitely were of the opinion that, like, she heavily frequented Kiwi Farms and she, like, used the website a lot.
Well, I think
Do
she
you
probably
like agree
did.
with that?
Yeah,
Um,
because
I don't think
there
there's
were a
like
lot of
any
comments from
evidence.
her.
So yeah, I don't think there are like any evidence except the fact that like one video she made on Internet Blood Sports where she was like getting information. I wouldn't say like 50 posts, like was it 50, 60 posts? I don't think that is like someone who like heavily frequents Kiwi Farms.
I think 50, 60 posts is quite a few.
No, absolutely not. Especially if you're like doing research for a video. That seems like
I
pretty
mean,
limited.
It's
how many
50 or
posts are
60 more posts than the average person would have on Kiwi Farms. Would,
Yeah, and
would
so
you
most
not?
people-
Would you
and
not
yeah.
agree?
Yeah, so Vic, the issue is going to be that most people aren't probably like doing this type of content in which they would have to like go on a website like that to get their information.
I mean,
And do you
even
not agree
she,
that you have to be in a certain community to know about it, and to be in
Yeah,
that
yeah, you have to
community
be in the
would you not?
commentary. You have to
Well,
be in
I-
the commentary community where all you are, right? So like, it doesn't seem like that's going to be like, I don't know, unreasonable if you're making that
well,
type of content.
I do want to say as well. I mean, she directly calls us out where she's like, "Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely used Kiwi Farms for research, and that's true. But I've not posted on there. I've not felt the need to make 50 to 60 posts on Kiwi Farms."
Oh yeah,
That
that
we
may
know
be the
of.
case, and true. That may be the case. It's just going to be the case that if you want to get information, I think there's like no real problem with like asking questions on the website in order to like make a YouTube video on people who are like generally like not that great. It just doesn't seem to be like a big deal, and I don't think it's like any like I don't think it really describes anything like about a character, right? To say,
I
oh,
mean,
she like made a YouTube video.
at the end of the day, I agree. But I mean, that's the thing, that it wasn't a big segment of my video, and I know it's not a big segment of her video either. But like, the main point was just like, yeah, no, this backs up some of her other ideas. Like, because I was talking about, I want to talk about that as well. If you didn't have anything else to say.
Oh no, I just want to make it like very clear, right? I don't think like it was even necessary to bring up the fact that she won on Kiwi Farms. I don't even know why it was necessary.
Well, it's because so the part where I talk about her conservative leanings, where it was talk about all the very racist and very inappropriate jokes she made, and that was sort of the message where she uses the hard R to someone on Kiwi Farms, which I'm not sure how that would be research. Uh, Basically, that was corroborating that point I was making. But the main thing about that was like what was it? I think I feel she. So I'm trying to remember the video. I haven't watched it in a few hours, and I forget things really easily. But like yeah, in my video I was talking about like how like a lot of the things like she made, and then she was saying like oh yeah, no, I was just trolling. But our main excuse was oh, I was trying to get Nick Fuentes to see this, which is why I was doing that. But then she also brings up the how we were trolling her, and she was directly giving us these very racist responses, and saying she knew we were going to leak that, but Nick Fuentes didn't follow us, thank God. So I don't know why she'd feel the need to do that if she was still trying to
Yeah, that's
get
right.
the sorry.
Oh, I think there are like two motivations there. One is that it seems like she just didn't like you, and she wanted to like kind of make you look stupid. I think in the one option. I think in the second
Brilliant.
option, in terms of the tweets, right? I think it was in terms of the tweets she was trying, and she was reaching out to Nick Fuentes and trying to get an interview with him in terms of the actual tweets, right? And so I think like I think I think those situations are a bit different.
Right. I mean, either way, I think it's a bit silly to if you're trying to build up this brand to I mean, not only do the blackface and the Twiska stuff, but as well like make, even if you're trying to get an interview with someone, try and make all these racist tweets because I mean that just reflects really poorly on you, and I think it. I mean, I'm sure you won't agree with me, but I think that genuinely does speak to a lot of poor girls' beliefs, and because I don't think she's ever helped herself with a lot of what she said, and I really like disagree that she like I've lost what I was saying. Hang on. I think she was
Silly
she
filly.
was yeah, no, I don't think.
If you've
I
lost your
think
train of thought, Matthew, wouldn't it be better just to watch the video now? So then you
That man's
guys can
a
talk
fucking
about it.
racist.
We could just go through point by point now.
End of that.
That's fair.
So yeah, let me know if everyone's all ready.
I'm ready.
Let's fucking go! Alright, cool.
I'm drinking a Fanta.
Over my years creating content, I've been witness to many stories of someone messing up, then having it taken out of proportion. This is all but natural on social media, where the most exaggerated takes get the most clicks, and nobody wants to be the last one denouncing whoever is being cancelled this week. However, never in my life did I expect myself to be the next to fall victim to this circumstance. While I definitely did terrible things I'll expand upon later on, the circus of misinformation that came about from this drama was staggering.
Delayed.
There were a few good takes, and some of this was from misunderstandings and ignorance, but the most damaging and furthest reaching of them all was done through pure malice, created as part of a conspiracy years long in the making to destroy me once and for all.
I
They
want to
came
say
very
as
close,
well,
but they did.
I feel like that's quite saying it's a conspiracy years long in the making. I think that's a bit. That's not very
True.
well,
how is it
representative
not-
of what happened.
how is it
wasn't
not
a
true?
fucking conspiracy years long in the making. It was. I wanted to make a video on her. I didn't have anything to do with. Well, I will say as well, John had nothing to do with the video. Like, Jenny, I swear on my mother's life, John had nothing to do with the video, and I think
I'm his mum.
she tries to represent John as some like overarching figure who tried to get me in the video, get me to make the video, but that's not true. It was literally my motivation for making the video was I thought it'd be interesting to make a Pie Girl video for a while. And then after the Satanic Antifa stuff, I was like, yeah, that'd be good for a video.
Okay, but that I mean that's like a fair argument, I think. And but I do think it is the case, right? That like obviously like John's like opposition to Girl has like happened for a while. It obviously is the case that obviously the people he hangs around with have obviously been I guess like making fun of her for like an extremely like long period of time. And so I think the idea that maybe she thinks, oh, this is like part of this group. This group like wants my downfall. I don't think it's like an unreasonable opinion to have, right? And the fact that there may be something happening.
Are you saying that like if you get into a drum with someone, you're not gonna like be like interested when they fuck up and like do something stupid?
No, I'm saying they will be interested, and that's why I think it's reasonable for her to have that view. That largely, right, they're going to want her to fuck up, and when she does fuck up, they're gonna want to like make fun of her, right, and like blow things maybe out of proportion towards some extent.
Yeah, but not
That's
for
my
any like
position.
crazy malicious reason, just because it's funny, innit?
That's
I
not
think it is a
plotting their
crazy- wait, that's
downfall.
Wait. It's not. I think the type of stuff that went on and the type of arguments that were made against her, I do think were like kind of malicious, right? I don't think we can argue. That
Hello?
people hang around.
Hello?
Him.
I was
They
gonna say, did-
genuinely.
Oh, you just cut out for
Yeah, Bragg,
several
you cut for a
seconds.
minute. Sorry,
Sorry.
do you mind repeating yourself?
Yeah, give me a sec.
No
Okay, so
worries.
I think sorry. I think the issue is that like people who hanged around John Swan and John himself had disliked this person for like a very long time, and I think like they probably like enjoyed like the fact that like Pie Girl was like going through some shit, right? And definitely there was like a promotion of like her fall, right, within like that.
Oh, we've lost her again. Okay, hello? Bragg?
Hello?
Bragg!
Yeah.
Oh wait,
What's
Oh,
what's
Audio
happening, love?
jungle. Audio jungle.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
audio,
sorry.
audio.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Wait. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you need to leave and rejoin, we can drag you back in.
Okay, give me a sec.
Let's just not drag her back in.
Let's just leave it like that. There we go. Hello, speak.
Hello.
All right, we can. Sorry,
Hi.
carry on.
So sorry.
Who are you?
Yeah. True. So what I'm saying is like the people who hanged around, like you yourself, the people hanged around John and John himself, right, disliked Pie Girl, right? This was like pretty clear. I don't think anyone's going to dispute this.
Yeah.
And like there was enjoyment when she had a downfall, and there was like a thing of like promoting every like from small to big mistake that she did, right? There was talking about it, there was tweeting about it, there was constant stuff about it, right? So I don't think I think the fact that she has the view, these people were like waiting for my downfall and maybe like even promoted like the small mistakes they did to some extent as part of like a thing. to like make sure that like any like mistakes she did have like blew up way bigger than it otherwise would have, I don't think it's like unreasonable.
Right, but I mean, mainly just the same plotting on downfall for years, and like the word in that is some big conspiracy. I think it's just a bit. I don't want to say manipulative, but like I think you get what I'm saying. I think as well, like, just I think it's just sort of misrepresentative of intentions, like, and as well, if she was just trolling the entire time, then why does it matter?
She wasn't trolling well, because people used her trolls to try and like morally impugn her. That's why it matters.
Right.
That's a consequence of her action.
Exactly.
Are we
that's
talking
what I'm
about when
talking-
people would leak the
So,
DMs
yeah, yeah.
of all the stuff she was saying, just so I'm up to date with everything? Is that what we're talking about?
I think we're just talking about like the actions between like Pi, between like Pi, hahayeah,
Well, she
and
didn't
like,
want it.
If
the community
If
generally.
we're talking about the
no,
trolling
sure.
thing where people used to leak her DMs, from what I understand, they used to say the most outrageous stuff knowing that
Yeah.
it would get leaked. That's what they
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
no.
the issue
I
with
think
it.
no.
Also,
I think that is.
sorry. Can I just say? Can I just say
Yeah,
as
go ahead.
well? Like, it wasn't just us. Like, fucking with Pie Girl. Like, it was loads of people who were like you know, trolling her, and it was just like. I don't want to say biggest because it's fucking small commentary drama, but like we were probably like the most like involved, but like there are other people like fucking with her for ages.
Sure. But I think like you guys were the most frequent, and I think a lot of people probably like took your lead on it, right? Because I think a lot of people probably like heard about a lot of the Pyco drama from like, you guys, right? I don't think that's like unreasonable.
Right. And also, I will just say it wasn't me leading the charge. I got involved quite late into the
Oh no,
project.
I'm not like accusing you of leading the charge per se.
Yeah,
I think
No.
she's just pointing to like the broader.
Yeah, no, I'm just putting that out there.
Okay.
All right, we ready to continue?
Continue with the vid, bruh.
Let's go.
Succeed. If you hear from my response to Blight TV's video, that's coming out next week. Stay tuned. But right now, as the title suggests, I'll be shattering the falsehoods and conveying the truth of the situation I've been involved in, primarily focusing on breaking down and debunking in full this 46-minute video by gay fairy hahayeah. There's almost nothing correct in it from start to finish, and is the genesis of many of the false
You
rumors
got
about
gold,
me,
yay.
implying as explicitly as possible that I'm such horrible things as a racist, a supporter of rape, and a pedophile. Each of these claims fall apart under the smallest of scrutiny.
Pedophile.
However,
Well, I
the
don't
consequences
think
of
I've
this
said she's
misinformation
supporter of
has
rape.
already
What's that? Sorry.
I don't think I ever said she's a supporter of rape. I think I was talking about how she was sort of like egging satanic Antifa on. But that's
Yeah.
a small point.
I don't know when it was a crime to be based anyway, but anyway.
led to harassment, doxing, and
Jay.
more. I've been silent long enough. It's time to set the record straight.
Simon alludes to enjoying the conversations a lot more than I would like to admit.
If you cannot have a public platform, that wouldn't be good.
Hi, all future employers and potential employers. It looks incredibly bad for him, incredibly good for me. Before I go into the video, I'll get you up to date with all of the Pi lore. If you don't care for a recap of the events that have transpired so far, skip to the timestamp on screen to go to the debunking section of the video. But for those who don't remember everything, I'll summarize the past. Okay, let's do this one last time. In 2020, I joined the commentary community. I made some edgy jokes, trolled some easy-to-troll people, and engaged in a decent amount of cringe. I also made commentary videos that got a decent amount of views and my channel to almost 10,000 subscribers. Through the community, I met LMM Skits, or Satanic Antifa, or Lucy, in mid-2020, before he left the internet a few months later, and returned in late 2021, where he befriended me again. We only became close upon his return, and due to a mix of my immaturity and his hypersexuality, he was the first person I ever sexually interacted with online. Things took a turn for the worse when Lucy started to become more open, with expressing the less moral aspects of her sexuality around November 2021, such as rape fetishes and sending me sexual images.
Cam reckons we should skip the recap. Do you think we should, or should we keep watching?
Cam can get in the VC if he wants to give us opinions.
Real.
Not,
Alright.
not wrong, actually.
Alright, Cam, you either pipe the fuck up, or you sit down and you know your place.
Alright, we'll keep going then.
Of other people he had sexted.
Nice little
Lucy
meme to
sent me
a
emails
little
he'd received
rape
from others,
charges.
began as just people who I did not know, those he met on Omega
What?
Discord.
How long
However,
is the
it then
recap?
progressed to some Twitter mutuals.
5 minutes.
7 minutes long.
It's basically about the person that they sexted online.
so
I
I
feel like
know
it's
well.
needed.
Yeah, I vote we skip it. No, I'm joking.
Friend of mine,
Skip
and finally,
that,
on the
guys.
3rd of
They-
February
I did know-
2022, my closest friend.
Alright,
I never
Prag
asked
out
for him to
is not
send
the
any of this,
imposter.
however, by not telling him to stop sending it and by accepting it, I fully acknowledge I am to blame for this, and I was 100% in the wrong for this. No excuses.
At least
What I did
she's,
was
like,
horrible
taking
and terrible, and I've
accountability.
never said anything to the contrary. At the time, I only realised how immoral this was after I got my closest friends, as they
It's
meant a lot to me,
immoral,
and it
but
made me
not
realise how
illegal.
fucked up I was, which is
So
why I told
vacate the
Lucy I was not
studio, but
comfortable with
leave
this
the
anymore.
music.
The day
Leave the
after,
child
Lucy
porn
told
to
me that
me.
he sexed his
Stop it.
boyfriend while he ate regresses, which set off extreme red flags for me. But the 22nd of February is when I knew I had to take immediate action. Lucy told me he wanted to literally rape a mutual friend of ours, and that he had a plan to do
Just
that.
put the
That's
guess
all right.
sign right
I-
face
I
there.
dislike sexual
Crazy.
assault as much as the next guy.
How do they
It's some bad
expect us to
stuff.
take
Rape,
them seriously?
Boo! Don't like it.
This is
Lucy
just commentary
also
drama,
confessed that
mate.
He was a pedophile, which was
Oh
shocking
yeah,
to me.
commentary
I'd
drama,
already
being a
started discussing
pedophile
Lucy, but
rapist.
after this, I
I
had no
mean,
remorse
yeah,
from him
that
and
is
was determined to
commentary.
get him
Yeah,
out
you
of
know.
He literally just proved my point, mate.
to get into prison if possible.
We've got Phantom
Due
at
to the
bottom
commentary
right, that's
community often
remains.
repeating lines like, "Why didn't you go to the police?" in response to serious allegations, I decided to report Lucy to the FBI, which
What do you think? Is that a fair enough point? Since that is literally like what everyone says always with pedophile allegations when they're somewhat involved. Why didn't you go to the police? I guess in a sense they did.
Yeah.
So you know.
But as well, it was,
Yeah.
I think, continuing to talk to Satanic Antifa and just sort of being like, I'll get that, like, she was gathering evidence and all that, but it's like I mean, just getting involved with this person in the first place and talking about like rape kinks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, that's not. Hold on, that's not how she
Gosh.
started getting involved with him, right?
What
That is.
All right,
What?
Bragg, calm down.
what was it then?
Oh well, like originally they were friends, and he wasn't that like bad, right?
Right.
At least to her opinion, like
Right.
like at least by her perspective, right? He got like worse and worse and worse and worse.
Right.
And I also think like when you go to the FBI, you can't be like, hey, this guy's a pedophile. Like they're going to want some proof.
Right.
Like so you're gonna have to like talk to them a bit at least to like get information in order to like send it to the FBI.
Yeah, but I think as well, like, I think she like kept speaking to him for a bit too long, in my opinion.
And so what would have been the correct time to not have?
When they found out that they're
When-
they like.
I think Pi explains in a minute how they saw the red flags and how they didn't take it seriously at first. I think we're gonna get to that in a minute.
That's the
Okay,
issue.
we can get to it later on if you want. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's only a second now.
with criminal actions of this nature. I had no solid proof of anything, mostly due to Lucy deleting his messages, so having no real experience in dealing with predators, I stupidly decided to bait him for evidence. I didn't engage with him sexually, but rather I interrogated him while pretending to not be repulsed by sick fetishes to keep his guard down. In my mind, it worked. I had screenshots of him admitting to be sexually attracted to 6-year-olds, of him admitting to have sexually assaulted 12-year-olds, and most damningly, I had a screenshot of him sending and admitting to keep in his possession a video of a 10-year-old being raped. I sent all the evidence I had to the FBI through its anonymous tip line, and I was hopeful he would be in prison. However, I then realised I needed to expose him online for his behaviour as well, to ensure he could not harm anyone else before he was sent to prison. Earlier, I told a mutual friend he said he wanted to rape called Gordon to not interact with Lucy because he could get hurt, but also for him to not tell anyone until I'd publicly outed him. Gordon, however, told Lucy anyway, so just after I sent the FBI tip, Lucy deleted all his messages with me and had an outburst where he admitted to everything. I wrote a document detailing all I discovered, including his outburst, which was the only real evidence left, and posted it to Twitter. I also included in the document a confession to receiving other people's news from Lucy due to a combination of fear of Lucy holding it over me as blackmail and guilt. By the way, I was 16 at the time. The commentary community was shocked. Lucy was persona non grata, but being the more well-known person, I also received the brunt of the backlash, justifiably being exiled from the community due to accepting nudes of my friends, as well as generally mishandling the drama. I stayed on Discord for a couple weeks talking to friends, but after a couple weeks I left the internet in totality until May, where I rejoined the community and started to upload videos again. However, my past would catch up to me as in early July, I was forced off the internet by my family due to hahayeah's very poorly made video filled with misinformation being linked to my extended family by a mysterious doxer. The video portrayed me as some racist, also
Please,
slanderously,
I'll go for a
implies
shit
that
or
my
not.
motives while exposing Lucy was
Send
suspect,
pics.
basically saying my intent was not to expose Lucy, but of trying to get the CP myself, which he implies with literally nothing to back it up. So, that's the story so far. Got it? Let's break down the video.
No,
Here
I've
we
been
go.
portrayed as the
This video is
soy jack.
about hahayeah, also known as
Back the
Matt,
chat!
who was once caught by his IRLs with very porn in his laptop.
Okay,
Despite
that's
sounding-
not true.
Okay,
That's
can
not
we
fucking
confirm
true.
this, Matthew?
That is not true.
Okay.
Also, I want to say she has this whole like moral high ground, and then she just lies like within like the first 10 minutes.
Well, I mean, that's not what I saw.
people, most notably those friends of the
Okay,
creator of the video, boosting
So
this
more
video.
than just
It's
furry
god-awful
porn.
terrible. It gets tons of facts wrong, twists situations to make me look as worse as possible, and most disgustingly, implies with literally no evidence that I'm a pedophile. Like, literally no
there's a lot
evidence
of
at all. I'd go as far as to
quite a
say
bit
this
of
video contains false pedophile
Oh,
allegations,
I'm
and
Alex
that anyone who
Bad.
promotes this
I'm
video
Alex
is
Bad.
also guilty of promoting false pedophile allegations, which is exceedingly obvious once you actually watch the video.
Let me get this straight. You were racist.
25
You were
retweets.
so political. You were homophobic, and you're on this
Yes.
just to tell everyone about it.
Yes.
I think it's fair to say that I can often make stupid decisions, especially when I was younger and
Thanks
frankly
for
much newer to the
clarifying, that's
internet.
your
And stupid decisions mixed with a
They're
community that
lucid?
encourages edgy and offensive humor is not a good combination.
about it.
I want to clarify that I have absolutely no problem with edgy humor, be as offensive as you want, but a couple years ago I did not engage in that style of comedy in a very tactful way. Now, despite all that, it's still
Hello, all my
extremely
future
obvious to almost
employers.
everyone that my edgy jokes were that, jokes. But Matt talks about me in his video the way a writer for The Verge talks about PewDiePie.
Guys,
taking things
I'm
out of
like
context and
the
treating jokes
guys
like
who cancel PewDiePie. No.
I think we know what they're referring to in that clip anyway, but I suppose they talk about that soon in this video. Oh, I just saw a swastika. Yeah, there.
Oh, that's
State.
base.
Cold.
The
Because
funniest example he
blackface
gives
funny.
is his claim that I spent my time on kiwi farms and that it was one of my favorite sites. I don't even think it's necessarily a bad thing to go in kiwi farms, but I guess his point is
we've already been
there are
over
some
this.
duxers and racists on there, I guess, and if I was a fan of it, I have to be a racist too?
Pieman decided to spend their time in some fairly unhinged corners of the internet, a favourite website being everyone's favourite gossip forum.
But if you actually did any research, you would find that my account was created at the same time I started researching my video on internet blood sports, which is a topic that has all its information on kiwi farms, meaning I literally had to browse the site to make my video. I have a grand total of 32 comments or posts on my account there, and almost all of them are just on the thread I started, asking for more information for my video. So yeah, really my favourite website you got there. Not to mention, Matt himself clearly uses kiwi farms as a research source for his own videos, such as his one on Mr. Girl. But what about these screenshots of DMs where I go full
Is that true, Matthew?
Yeah.
Good man.
Oh, I don't
racist?
feel
They
the
finally
need to
call me
comment.
mask off? Well, all of these screenshots as well as
Sorry,
the
what
audio
can
of
we,
me
can we
admitting to
look
hate.
at that a minute?
Which one?
The
Quick little drawing that they made.
A little drawing.
But what about these screenshots of DMs
Oh, did I not go back far enough? Sorry.
Yeah,
No, it was there.
You
Oh.
went back to
video? So yeah, really my favourite website you got there. Not to mention, Matt himself clearly uses kiwi farms as a research source for his own
So like I
videos.
say, man himself.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing, but Matt himself.
Human
But what
himself.
about these
But yeah, my name is
boy
Jeff.
himself.
screenshots of
Name
DMs where I go
Jeff.
full racist? Have they finally called me mask off? Well, all
That
of these
one.
Nice
screenshots-
drawing.
We're,
Get it? Nazi funny.
This bit
It's too far. It's about 9:05.
You have the exact time?
We're from the same day. in the
It's
same
about
practice.
9:05. I
What
said,
about these
Wacky.
screenshots
Come
of
on.
DMs where I go full racist? Have they finally called me mask off?
It was
I
9:06.
wasn't far
It was
off. I wasn't
9:06, you
far off.
fucking idiot. No, I'm kidding.
so she doesn't want to engage in them jokes anymore, but that's a drawing of her with an SS uniform.
Anything to say, Preg?
Oh, give me a second.
I'm from Fortnite.
Cheers,
Oh
Colin.
yeah, I think this is probably like, I think this is kind of silly for her to do so. I don't think it's malicious. I don't even think it's particularly racist. I
You just think it
it's
was?
like-
No,
it wasn't the
I
best
don't
time to do
think-
that, you know.
You don't think them dressed up?
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a
I think it was
SS?
Yeah, I agree. It's not. It's probably not. It's not malicious, but I think it's a weird choice. When
It's
you're
not
trying
the-
to
yeah,
put
it's not the
it
best time to
right.
do
I don't think it's a weird choice. I just think it's like a silly choice. It's just like a stupid action, right? Like she should
Yeah,
have
it's a
done.
bit of a goofy thing to do, I suppose.
It's a bit.
It was a bit
much
wacky, I
for
must
me.
say.
A bit wacky, a bit goofy, a bit wacky.
A bit wacky on the
Well,
TV.
all
Bit
these
fucking
screenshots
car.
as well as the audio of me admitting to hating women were from the same date in the same private Discord server of only like 5 people, all of which hated me, including Matt himself, all of which were also infamous in the commentary community for leaking literally
No,
everything.
really.
Why would I only suddenly reveal my secret bigoted beliefs in a private server to a bunch of people who absolutely hate me and are known for leaking literally everything? Are the pieces fitting together? Well, that's because I was trolling them, which makes these really offensive out of character things I said actually make sense.
Guys, it was
You
just
see,
a troll.
Guys,
friends
I
for
was
months,
trolling.
months,
I
which
was
a number of them
trolling.
are Mitch and
It's not racist because I was
She got
watching
Alpha
up.
makes videos. Cool,
Can I
bro.
just say the
Cool.
only screenshot she uses to prove that all of my mates went too far was by a guy she explains later in the video would have a reason to dislike me.
And who's that?
Cammy.
Even without that, right? It just seems to be the case, right? Like even you admit, right, that like your section of the community like didn't like it though, right? Like you were like saying
Nobody
that
did.
they were like, yeah, okay.
A lot of
I think a
people
lot of
did.
people disliked it, sure.
A lot of
Um,
people quite liked it.
Yeah, but I think like you obviously like the most vocal, like not you yourself, but that part of the community is the most vocal in
yeah.
their dislike.
But I think I think that's a weird choice. I mean, I probably agree, but I think it's a weird choice trying to prove it by like using a testimony from one of the early people who would have a reason to dislike me.
Well, that's the I think like that probably is the case, but I think like the amount of people, right? Like the level of information you can get on this situation is obviously going to be like pretty limited on both sides. It seems like on your side it was like a bit limited, right? I could just like argue the same thing, that the people who are going to make testimony about her that people can get are going to be people who dislike her as well, right? Equally.
I mean, it's not a big point. I just want to point out.
Okay.
Oh, hiya.
Anyway, on with the video.
Now, and I
That's
thought it
not
would be fun
Cammy,
if I
that's
baited them
Lanza.
into trying to make them attack me with things I obviously didn't mean, and to turn it in their faces and
God,
point
these
out
are
I was
the
not
original lemon milkers. Wowee.
being serious.
Fuck no, we were on that way before you lot, for the record.
Sorry.
We were on that we were on that shit since
old fucking
2020.
dude.
I'm not even lying.
You're on that troll shit since then.
Yeah,
On the-
bro.
on the
It
lemon
was
milk.
like a drug to us,
To be
bro.
fair,
You don't
Narco,
get
when
it.
did lemon milk start? If you see it, is he still having a shit?
2022.
Man, this guy's
Probably.
constipated.
I
Alright.
used
2022,
lemon milk
Joe.
in my
Was it
first try.
2022?
Yeah, and ours
shit.
was 2020. You're not even close.
You're just a cheap knockoff.
Literally.
Okay.
Anyway, carry on
Well,
with
I
the
was
shit
actually
video.
serious with that, as an excuse after they said terrible things about me.
Some of the things I admit to when I think nobody's watching.
Behind closed doors, I was in a server filled with the most notorious leakers in the community who happened to also hate my guts. Of course I knew this stuff would get out. After all, I literally taunted them.
Well, I think that kind of makes you kind of the idiot pie. Why would you do that knowing it's going to get out and make you look
It's
bad?
literally.
I think that was silly.
I am
As
about
well-
to compare Pieman to like a Wojak. You know the like, oh, it says retarded thing like. Oh, he's retarded. They don't know I'm trolling. That is what you look like right now.
It's literally they.
Jokes on
I-
you. It's just pretending to be a
wait.
white
You could. I mean, the strongest argument here is just going to be that. I mean, she was being malicious. I think you could argue, yeah, she was being malicious, right? But I think she was doing it with the intents of like trying to like embarrass you, right?
But now why
And-
she's
and-
trying
and-
to...
No,
Well,
but
would
no,
have
both.
but nobody is embarrassed. Is the thing? No one in that server is
Wait.
embarrassed.
At least, I mean, nobody in that server might be embarrassed, right? But
Yeah.
I think it is the case, right? That it was kind of silly, right, to like take this troll so seriously. Even Aiden, like definitely Aiden,
Aiden's a fucking
like
moron.
came out and like was like, oh yeah, that was like when Aiden found out she was trolling, he was like, oh. So I just think it's like the
Aiden's a
case, right?
fucking moron.
That like, I mean, she definitely was trolling. I don't think there is much evidence that like she genuinely holds these.
Oh, thank you, Captain
Believe-
Obvious. So as I was saying,
Uh-huh,
no,
great, dummy.
no one
Don't bully a child.
cares. There was no reason for her to do that. It was
Because-
just weird.
As well, if her excuse for the
It's
other
weird.
stuff
If it's weird, then
Okay, sorry,
then it's
man.
like weird when like 95% of the commentary community does it. Right. You can't like act.
Yeah,
as weird
because
in
they're
this
all
specific case, but
weirdos.
Most people don't.
No, they're all
yeah, and-
weirdos. I
They
will
all
say that
fucking
about every
defended
one of
Pieman,
them.
if I go.
Okay.
What about me?
No, Kyle's definitely a weirdo.
Yeah, Kylie's
I don't
weird.
Definitely up there. Honestly, I wish we were watching a video about you, to be honest.
Yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You'd like
But
videos about
can I just say, if her entire goal
making
with,
it
with
sexual.
like the racist shit was to get Nick Fuentes to see it, then what would be the point of trying to like get us to leak it when like Nick Fuentes would
No.
not see that?
These are two different situations. In terms of like the racist tweets, that was definitely the case. But in terms of specifically what she did in your server, she was not trying to get Nick Fuentes. She was just trying to embarrass you, and that's.
Yeah, but what's the point? 'Cause it fucking reflects badly on her anyway. Like it's not.
I think.
it's not a good look.
Yeah, but I think like, I mean, I would just say that probably like 90, like the mass majority of the commentary community is like an optical hazard, right? It probably isn't a good look. But I think like she was more motivated by like making you embarrassed than like making herself look good in that.
But why would that
I don't
fucking
even think
embarrass
she had
her?
the conception.
Oh, cool. Other people did it.
Because you've
It's
taken
all right.
No, stop. Because you've
Stop.
like taken a troll and within that specific
Stop
community,
it.
at least it can have an effect. And so I think that's what she was motivated by.
Yeah, but who fucking cares? I think what I think has happened is fucking Pygo has been like, yeah, no, this is like, how do I prove I'm not racist? I'm gonna say I was trolling the entire time, and that's her fucking
No.
excuse.
I don't think you have any evidence for that whatsoever.
I
The
think I have
evidence,
evidence.
they
I
are
think she's
racist.
fucking stupid.
You can argue she's stupid, but that doesn't mean she's racist, right? Like that's the issue you have.
I think she's making racist jokes and try to pass it off as trolling when it looked bad. on me.
Wait, okay, but do you think most people make racist jokes of racist? Because that's gonna
Yeah.
be really weird. Because that's going to be like the majority of stand-up comedians are racist. It's going to be like this is
the
like
majority,
kind of
to be
the
fair, the majority of stand-up comedians are racist, but they're separate. I think saying
I think that's a bit of a crazy position.
saying Europeans had the Renaissance while white people ate shit is it's not a joke. That's just a racist thing to say.
I think unless like she actually meant it, it's gonna like be a joke, right? I don't think she actually believes that.
Okay,
right?
but
I think most people who know her don't think she believes that.
either way, what I'm
Like-
saying
like-
is fucking stupid because because nobody could tell she was nobody knew she was fucking trolling. No one could tell. Like, it's not gonna fucking embarrass us to be like, yeah, look at what fucking Pieman says. Isn't she stupid? Isn't this like really racist?
It's gonna
I
look
think
more
you can argue
embarrassing.
But I think you can argue.
Prag, you're gone again.
Afternoon, go
she
like
tried to
saying
do a
racist
fake-
shit for a joke. Like,
Huh?
you cut out, so I just started talking. If I'm being honest.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, Richard.
Hey!
Oh, we've got a cool
Started
guy.
it on
We've got a cool
Tim.
guy in the call. But as I was saying, it's gonna look more embarrassing for Pieman when they say to their mum, "Oh yeah, I spent my Sunday evening saying that white people are better than black people," right? Like that.
Yeah, it's going to be embarrassing. Most things that like teenagers say on the internet is going to be like really bad to like most adults. What are you talking
Can
about?
I
Of course,
can
this
I
is the
ask
case.
Matthew a
This is
question?
trivial. No.
I was just gonna ask Matt if he thinks that the joke, obviously that joke doesn't necessarily make them racist. It's just a really bad joke,
Yeah, it's really
and it's an easy one to make fun of because of how dumb it was.
Yeah.
I think that's what it really
Well,
comes down to.
I agree. It's easy to make fun of, but I think like I
Okay.
don't know, this idea that she's racist.
Matthew, do you really think pies are racist from that joke?
I don't know. I think that joke and a lot of the other shit she said and done, I think you can make a case. I don't know personally. I don't know.
If it was just that video though of the blackface, would you say it, or would you say that's just a bad joke, or would you? Because you're adding other stuff onto it as well, which is making you think this.
I think it's a mix of everything. Like everything, if everything that I talk about happened on its own, I think okay, it's a joke. But it's like the pattern of the shit she was doing,
Right.
and the different context she was doing it in.
Because of the DMs that she was sending you guys that you were leaking, because she knew you were going to leak them, which I still think's weird that she did that, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's everything together. Isolated incidents, if they were just on their own, it wouldn't... Like, I'd be like, okay, what the fuck's wrong with you? But it's just the fact it's like everything coming together.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you not think the jokes on you I was trolling thing's a bit of a copy thing to say anyway?
No, exactly. I think she just said that after the fact.
I think it's a coping thing to say. I think there is like you can argue that like the calculation she made was bad, but the likelihood that she would like be super racist in a server where she likely she knew it was likely to come out. I think if like I don't think that's true, right? And I think like for her, right, especially even the group she was hanging with at the time, there was like more repercussions to come from like making those jokes if she actually believed them than not.
But Pi is the same person who did blackface publicly with a Nazi symbol on their fucking chest.
Yeah, and that gets covered in the video later, so let's just stick to this bit for now.
All right, let's just keep going in the video and we'll get to there.
Telling them to make a video on me using it. I even said at the time they were a troll. Someone like Aiden believing it makes me question his sanity. It's a sort of similar case to this tweet thread.
Nuclear ass take.
As I mentioned earlier, I was making a video on internet blood
Oh,
sports.
yeah,
and Nick
I see.
Fuentes, a now well-known
I'm looking to
writer,
trade a
was
slave
someone I
online.
planned to dedicate a section to making fun of and criticizing. What I really wanted to do was interview him, then ask him some really tough questions he didn't expect, and record him either suffer or just rage quit. But the problem was that Nick Fuentes is very risk-averse. He rarely did interviews unless it's with a friendly interviewer. Therefore, my plan was to post some offensive tweets since he followed me and would see them, and pretend I liked him to get him to feel comfortable enough to agree to an interview with me, which is a plan that literally worked, since he did end up agreeing to an interview, despite his account getting banned soon after, leading to the interview falling through. All of this was well known at the time, and I tweeted every time there was an update regarding the interview. The timelines all match up since those tweets espousing controversial opinions all occurred within the span of a month, that being the month leading up to him agreeing to the interview, after which I stopped doing that stuff. So if I really believe this stuff, why would I limit my posting about it to only 1 month, the exact same month that was leading up to Fuentes agreeing to an interview with me? But, of course, there's a silver bullet here. If I was being truthful in the troll messages and I actually wanted to interview Fuentes because I was a fan of his, then why would I spend half an hour relentlessly mocking and criticizing him in my video? Since this was one of the first sections of the video I completed, I probably had it finished by August, before the tweet thread, and I was in the process of writing it while these messages took place. Let's watch some clips from the video.
Nobody in their right mind would think someone praising the Taliban while, according to him being under
It's
FBI
funny to see
investigation,
how
is some
shit our
master of
mic
being...
is now.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's a bit of a difference.
optical. The only group he's appealing to is socially inept edgy teens. If that's the group he's aiming
Good
for, that's
music.
fine, but he's not changing America or leading the
What is
populist
this?
movement into a new
Promise
dominant era,
Reprise
like
trap
narcissist Nick or
remix?
his deranged cult thinks.
No, this is
I'm not
Nicholas
calling him a
Diorio
pedophile,
Music
but someone
Playlist
calling
1.
15-year-olds
The
can't
more
defending
dark
relationships
trap
between
remix.
17-year-olds and 38-year-olds, saying the age of consent has no real point is really fucking weird. I personally don't feel comfortable with all the young children at all the Groper events. Although, kids in Baked Alaska are probably the
Groper?
only people willing to go to
Groper
Nick's
events?
conventions and
Oh,
trolls. Now
Me
the real
going to the
question.
groping
The question
event.
we've all been waiting for. Is Nick
Fuck,
Fuentes,
I'm going to
paleoconservative
the
tradcath, attracted to men? Probably. Funny how he says painting your nails means he turning gay when he literally went on a date with a catboy. I'm not joking. Well, you know, one 10-hour catboy date isn't any proof he's gay. Oh, he had a channel dedicated to catboy porn on his American Discord.
Whoa.
And let's not even mention the numerous times Nick has publicly simped for trans people on his verified Twitter account.
I'll let you
Sorry.
decide. Would a person, me, who clearly dislikes Fuentes so much, go on to believe those things I said in those screenshots, not to mention how it would make no
Party
sense for me to say those
resolution.
things unironically in that circumstance, and that I literally said publicly that my motive was trolling at the time? I think the answer is pretty clear. But wait, there's one more crucial piece of evidence. You can't leave out the blackface video. I won't show it here because I deleted the tweet after half an hour and light dysphoria, but I'll
Who's
play the
Mr.
audio
Beast?
so you get an idea of what it's like.
Hi, all future employees.
You might as well have showed it if you're going to do that, though. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Racist, sexist, homophobe, and
I like that little
all-round
AI
bitch.
photo
Don't
of
hide me,
them.
'cause I'll be a liability for your business and brand.
Yeah, it's that bad.
Black man.
Of course, as a presumably sane person, I'm sure you could tell that even if you think it was in poor taste, which I now do, I disavow,
Very
I wasn't
poor
making a
taste.
serious political statement, but instead making an offensive joke for the purposes of comedy, from such an absurd level that nobody could take it seriously. Nobody, that is, apart from hahayeah, who claims I was actually being serious in the skit and that it backs up his other racism evidence. What? I would write some sort of counter-argument, but taking the obvious skit seriously is so stupid I don't think I need to. He later said in a stream that wearing a swastika and doing blackface means I'm racist even if it was a joke, which just isn't true.
Too, but
They start to feel
I
really
mean,
fucking
breast-
racist for no reason. Like they make jokes where they would put on a swastika and blackface, and that was the joke. The joke is minority group bad.
It depends on the intent. Of course, I'm not saying it was a good joke, but it wasn't racist. If you think wearing a swastika means you're racist, that means you think anybody who's ever portrayed a Nazi in media is a racist, which I don't
Okay.
even believe he thinks. And Robert Downey Jr. did
No,
blackface
that's
as
a
joke.
fucking stupid comparison, right? So the point
What?
I was trying to make was the fucking like making a joke where you fucking come out and wear a blackface and a swastika. That's fucking like the intent of that joke clearly would be like, oh look, blackface funny, lol. Like fucking portraying well, yeah.
No.
What's
Yeah.
the
Wait,
skit
wait.
that I'm
Oh,
bragging?
This is
Retard.
silly. This is actually no. This is actually silly.
You're
so like
being silly.
the issue of if the point of the joke is obviously to make fun of Nazis who are so open about their racism, right? That obviously is the joke because
No, it
obviously like
wasn't.
Nazis don't give a fuck about the consequences of their actions. That's obviously the joke. Okay, what do you? Okay,
The joke is I'm
Putting-
wearing blackface and I'm a Nazi. That is the joke.
Because
No, it's
those were the
not.
type of fucking
It
jokes
obviously
that
fucking is. What?
What?
They go out. They go and wear blackface. Go, hi.
I'm black.
Hi, all future employers. I'm a racist
Mhm.
and I don't want you to hire me. How the fuck is that playing a joke on Nazis?
it's
That's just
obviously
playing
making
a joke
fun
on
of
themselves.
racists because obviously racists often like lose jobs due to their racist beliefs because they don't think about
You're
the
looking too
consequences
into it.
of their belief. No, I'm not looking too into it. It's a
You are.
reasonable take.
I don't think she's fucking
Just
smart enough to
because
make
you-
that joke.
A reasonable.
You don't think she's smart enough to make that joke? Really?
No.
Yes.
Okay, you do realize this is someone who like continue like reads
Somebody
about
got a 5
politics
in
and like
maths.
looks into like presidential polls and like this is just like I don't think you can say like this. I don't think this. I think
Yeah,
in terms
and-
of socialization, you can argue this person's like really dumb. But I think in terms of actual like politics, I don't think that at all.
No, I think the joke is clearly fucking blackface funny.
What? Okay, and so you believe that? Wait, you believe that if someone wears Nazi symbols and
Yes.
is making fun of racists, they're actually just saying Nazism is funny?
No, they're not making fun of race. What you'd like?
They
No,
obviously
we're
are.
saying the fact that I'm wearing blackface is funny. That's what they're saying.
Wait, they're wearing black. That's
what
weird.
they're
That's just
saying.
going to be.
What do you mean
just
that's
gonna be
weird? Yeah. Ooh, didn't know
So,
on a
like-
first name basis. Um,
That's the whole joke, blackface funny.
No,
the whole joke.
This is
I'm
like
wearing
stupid.
blackface and I have a swastika on my chest, and it's funny. That's the
No,
entire joke.
obvi-
You're looking way too.
Because if that was the joke, they would have just said, "Oh my gosh, look, I'm wearing blackface."
I
isn't
think
this
you're
hilarious?"
both
But
wrong.
instead,
I genuinely do
It
think you're
is.
both wrong. Because I think the point of the joke was just to be shocking. That's it. I
Yeah.
don't think it was to make fun of people that are racist. I don't think it would to be racist. I think they were just trying to be shocking for the sake of shock value.
It definitely works.
I mean, I think that would be a more reasonable interpretation than what Matt is going for. But like I don't think it's like racist, and I think there is like I think there is a reasonable judgment you can make that this was actually making fun of racists. I do not think that is so above reasonableness, because I think if you just wanted to make like racist jokes, like or be like, haha, wearing Nazi symbols and blackface is funny, then like the joke would have just been completely different.
Okay. I like how this whole time you guys have been arguing, there's a blackface Robert Downey Jr. on screen. But anyway.
Tropic Thunder's good though. It's a good film.
I've never seen it. I know Jack Black's in it. Anyway.
For Tropic Thunder, you don't see people calling him racist because it clearly wasn't done
Stiller,
for
apparently.
a racist reason. The reason blackface was so bad was because it was done as a racist false stereotype of a black person, often mixed with other outdated stereotypes. Clearly in the joke video I made, I was not trying to do a stereotype of a black person, I was doing an absurd hyperbolized stereotype of the most bigoted person on the planet. Black people were not the butt of the joke, literally racist people were. So again, it's not a good joke, I wouldn't do it again today, but it's not racist. Racism allegations debunked.
Sorry, I've had sex with my tail robot.
Just a few little tidbits of misinfo because literally every section of the video is bad. With Dr. Skipper's section, he omits my arguments regarding the drama and takes up basically the entire section, repeating word for word Skipper's response. I literally don't see how it would be possible to get more biased than that. With the Logan Paul section, he just goes over my bad research with that video, which is fair, I admitted to that at the time, but said something just so blatantly false it shocked me when I heard it. Here Matt says that I only admitted to having got the Logan Paul video wrong months later in the Tweety shows.
Whilst at first they refused to concede, a few months down the line they admitted that they in fact took an L on the Logan video.
But less than a week after my Logan video was released, I uploaded another video where I admit to the first video having flaws and I take back the entire central thesis of the video.
But at this point, I don't really think
the thing
Logan
about
faked
this
the video.
is I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I included a clip, but I'm pretty sure like she says at the end like, yeah, I still stand by that video. I'm pretty sure there's a clip of it in my video.
Right.
And that was the point I was making.
I mean, it just could be the fact that maybe on like the main fact, which is that like Logan Paul did it, right? Which I think nobody disagrees with, right? She stands by that. But like a lot of like you can agree with the main thesis, but still agree that there was way too much stuff in the video that was like wrong, right? And I think you should have at least, for your part, you should have at least included the fact that she at least did make a video a week later retracting a lot of the original statements she made in the original video.
But there's a part in that video where she retracts by saying, I still stand by like my video that Logan Paul faked it.
I mean, that could even like be the case, right? I just think like you probably have a responsibility to include that she did make a video a week later, because I don't think you did include that. I mean, I've watched it. Did you?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay, if that was, I don't remember that being in the video. Does anyone else
Get me
remember
a
that being in the video?
timestamp, Cam. I will pull up the clip.
I don't remember what day it was.
Also, is Cam saying that he did include that?
No, Cam's saying to pull up the clip.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could be wrong. I haven't
called.
watched that Pie Girl video I made in ages, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure. If not, I'm pretty sure there's a clip in the Pie Girl video where she said she stands by it, and that was the point I was trying to make.
Okay, I just like, before we move on, I do want to ask you something about the Skipper stuff. Do you think it would at least would have been reasonable to include, right, her perspective on that situation? Do you think that would have been an unreasonable?
It's such a nothing drama I included for a joke, so I don't care that much.
Well, no, you can't say it's a nothing drama they included for a joke when like this video like led to like real world consequences for her, and I think did include increase people's impressions at least that's fine, but at least increased like people's idea that like this person was like a crazy person or a bad person, right?
Yeah,
So I think
not about his Skipper stuff. It was just them fucking crying because he stole an iceberg.
Sure, but I think like you are like presenting a bit of information that people are gonna like. People are obviously going to believe like something about this person in regards to that situation, right? That I don't think is. I think you had a responsibility to at least include something that she'd said about it, rather than just including his stuff.
But again, it's such a nothing drama. Like it doesn't matter that much.
It's not enough. If it was such a nothing drama,
It's
you wouldn't have
nothing.
included it in your video.
Yeah, I included it because it was funny.
Okay, this is going to be part of the issue. if you just want to make out like the whole video is funny and you don't take any of it seriously, that's
No,
fine.
no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying parts of the video I put in because they were funny, like the skipper drama where she was crying because he fucking took an iceberg she made.
Yeah, that's quite silly to be fair. I never understood that.
Sure, but I don't know if you're going to like, because the video is presented in a serious manner, right? I don't think the video that Matt made was presented in a comedic manner. So I think like people have a right to take that seriously. Like
I
do
make quite a few jokes in that video, especially in the skipper bit.
Yeah, but the general video is supposed to be taken seriously. Like, you want people to be convinced of your position on this person, right? That's the point of the video. That's
but it's also supposed to be entertaining.
Sure, right? But obviously people are going to believe a lie. Not a lie, that's too strong. I think that could be untrue without, like, some other person's perspective.
Okay, all I'm saying, I don't think it matters that much, especially, like, in that situation.
I mean, yeah, I mean, did anything bad come from that specifically, or are we just talking about it for the sake of it?
No. Pi has gone into servers where people ask her about it, and people like try and make fun of her for it.
Right. All right.
So that's why
it is fucking funny. To get mad over a Reddit post that they put on Reddit, that's.
I mean, whether it's funny or not, it still is the face that like people believe things that she at least believes that is like not the full story, right? And there is like more information that is missing.
Out of her. She's a spurg.
That's So I could think the same thing about you, but that doesn't mean I would like defend people believing lies about you.
I'm not a spurg. I'm fucking spindling, mate.
Okay, that's not true.
That's the coolest
I'm
thing I've
fucking
ever heard.
me. Like, I'm not a fucking spurg. What? I'm me.
Okay.
Continue.
Sorry, Carl.
I don't know, mate. You kind of
alright,
right now, Carl.
Alright, anyway.
You're a dick.
This is probably the most obvious example of Matt lying yet, as this video is the exact same one that is in the background of his video when he claims I only admitted to the video being wrong months later, another blatant lie.
Look at you, you who were once so proud. Go now and never return.
Matt's section on my Vex video is twisted in a very unreasonable way.
Pedophile!
After seeing many people use incorrect definitions in regards to Vex, someone who definitely was a horrible person and took advantage of people younger than them.
She's not a paedophile, she's an ebephile.
Decided to make a Google document correcting definitions and examining the legality of the situation. The document is perfectly fine, the only error was getting the age of consent off in Egypt by 1 year, which made absolutely no difference in any argument.
Pieman and another small commentator decided to write a Google Doc attempting to vindicate Vex by bringing up Egyptian law. Pieman is defending someone who knowingly took advantage of people who are legally unable to consent.
Matt claims I defended Vex, yet provides zero evidence of this. I denounced her in the document, and every time I brought her up, including in the stream he shows, I said I wasn't defending her.
Disgusting, it's disgusting, I said it many times. I said it wasn't illegal. I didn't say it wasn't disgusting. Obviously it's bad, it's terrible, it's disgusting.
Therefore, going by his own logic,
Okay,
John Swen said I'm not a pedo.
Either way, defending someone even in a legal matter you think is fucking disgusting, like unless you're a fucking lawyer or something. I think that's still like why would you do that? What's the point of it?
Okay, so do you think like misinformation about the law is like going to generally be a bad thing?
No, but what, like, why does it fucking matter?
It matters because a lot of people are going to be believing that like those actions are illegal, right? And they may like in the future try and like call the police on certain people, right? Which is obviously going to be like a waste of resources and stuff like that. So it probably is a good idea to like make clear the case that it's just like it's morally wrong. Like that's what she's saying when she's saying it's bad. She's saying it's morally wrong. It's like not illegal, right? It's just like it is. I mean, a lot of people within this type of content creation do think that like misinformation should be combated, right? And so it's not about like defending this person. It's about saying, hey, this is just not illegal. And I think like you actually make your argument stronger against this person when you like actually clarify that point.
Okay, whatever. It's a weird choice to defend someone like that.
I didn't even think it's a defense. I think it's just like a legal clarification.
I think the document was called a defense of X or something.
Defense of X? I mean, if it was called that, I mean, that is like I would agree that is like probably bad. But I would like say I still wouldn't, even if it's called a defense of X, I still don't think it's clearly like saying that what this person did was okay. It's just saying, hey, this is like not illegal and we probably shouldn't call it legal.
All right. Carry
on. So he implied I'm a pedo, since I denounced Vex and said I wasn't defending her every time her morality was brought up. You can't say that I defended her. I made many good points in the video, including comparing
sorry.
the legality.
I think the thing was she brought up Egyptian law, which is like the age of consent was like really low or something. But I think the age of consent, like, I need to figure out how to word this because I've lost it. Like, I think that should like, it should be on the, like the person who, like the offender, like the country they're in, they should go by the age consent in that country rather than the victim's country. So bringing up Egyptian law, which was like the thing in that bit was a bit stupid.
Oh, it's probably like just gonna depend on the situation, to what you should do in that situation in terms of like where you're acting from, right? It's going to depend on like likelihoods of arrest, likelihoods of criminalization, and whether like the actual action itself is morally okay or not.
But Vex wasn't in Egypt; it was the victim.
Yeah. I think wasn't the point of the document just to like make out the like views on age of consent aren't universal? Wasn't that just like the whole point of that bit?
Yeah, but I think it's I mean, I don't. The document was ages ago. I'll be completely honest. I don't remember it too well. But I think she was trying to like defend Vex based on like the laws of consent, like the laws of age consent in the country one of her victims was in, which is irrelevant.
No, I don't think she wasn't. It wasn't a defense. I mean, I've spoken to Bunk about this, who was the second person who contributed to the document. It was just the case of saying that like certain countries are going to have like different ages of consent because the implication
I don't.
think, is that there was like this like kind of universal standard around age of consent laws, and that just isn't the case. I think like that's just the whole point. That was like the point. That was the point of that part of the document.
Either way, I'm pretty sure I think she sexted a 15-year-old, which I believe is still. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's legal. I think sexing someone under the age consent in the country you're in is illegal.
So how old was she at the time? Oh, are we talking about Vex or Pie Girl?
Wait, Vex.
Oh, we're talking about Vex. Oh, okay. I thought. Okay.
Vex was 19 or 18. And
oh, yeah. That's
15-year-old.
Yeah. And even Pie Girl says it's like morally wrong. I think nearly everyone believes it's morally wrong, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying
I just think it's like
illegal anyway.
Okay, if she got it, I mean, I don't know by like how much she got the age wrong. I mean, she probably just made a mistake with the Egypt thing, and I think she like says it in the video herself. So I think she just like take that off.
Right.
Right, Goomers, let's go.
Vex situation, and Johns weren't discussing solely the legality of Onision. However, since the stream was run by a bunch of clowns, they just talked over me and didn't actually engage with any of my points.
John's one defending Onision by saying he didn't break any rules. This is not a comparable situation. No, this is completely irrelevant to this. You can't just like bring up like a comparable situation.
Me when I swallow helium.
You know, Jericho like lowers the pitch of his voice now in his videos.
I don't call
anything Pie's done in my opinion.
To be fair, this was a bit of a cancer live stream. This was just this is just everyone yelling at Pie. It was quite funny though at the time, but
I mean, I agree in hindsight. I think it was probably not.
Yeah,
it's just one good Jayco live. There wasn't a single good Jayco live.
Jayco might have been like the worst. Like live stream host. You know, he said to me once he was he wanted to live stream again, but he's scared he would just say the N word on like instinct.
That's a fear I have in my daily life. Anyway.
To use this as a point against me that other people in the chat of the stream were defending 1814 relationships.
Yeah, again, Pieman and their takes were defended, with a bunch of people defending 1814 relationships.
I don't see how that's relevant. It's not even guilt by association since I never associated with them. It's just mapping retarded and bringing it up to confuse people into thinking it's a position I hold when it's one I certainly do not. In regards to the whole Lucy situation, before addressing the biggest claim he makes, I'll go over a few more minor ones, pun not intended.
The worst part is that I saw people trying to defend Pieman for this point alone. But if you recall, Pieman was the one who put the 14-year-old in a dangerous situation in the first place. I mean, good on Pieman for trying to clear up their own mess, but that doesn't make him a good person. It makes him someone who can feel guilt.
What Matt is referencing here is that once was when Lucy was making me uncomfortable by when he DM'd me saying which people he wanted to rape, which I thought he wasn't serious about. I joked that, well, if you like rape so much, why don't you just rape someone already? Which was not the best thing to reply, to say the least. I should have cut him off already.
Well
First
then.
of all, I didn't think he was actually serious. He was my friend. I never thought he would be that deplorable.
No, in real life, I'm going to stalk him and become obsessed with him.
So am I.
The comparison they're about to make with the school shooting thing, I kind of get, but I think it's a bit too different. But anyway, we'll get into it.
It's fucking stupid anyway.
Well, yeah.
And use his skin as a coach.
Also, when I'm in uncomfortable situations, I often make jokes because, as Blair TV likes to say, people have coping mechanisms. Now, after hearing that bad joke, Lucy decided to actually work out a plan to try to rape someone IRL. Literally immediately after he told me this, I tried to talk him out of it, warned the potential victim to stay away from him, and even began to get evidence to get the police involved. While I shouldn't have made the joke even if it was a coping mechanism, blaming me for a rapist deciding to want to rape someone is disgusting. I pulled out every stop to help stop Lucy, not to mention that by blaming me for it,
I'm
you're
not
taking away Lucy's
sure
accountability.
I'm not sure if I say I might have worded it really poorly in my video, but and if I did, then that's on me. But I don't think I don't think I said she was the sole reason for Lucy like wanting to rape this person. I think like making that joke and engaging with this person and engaging with their fucking like degenerative like interests. I think that like probably did not help and probably pushed him, Lucy, into like wanting to do it more. I think as well, if you're with someone who like constantly is making rape jokes, and I'm not sure if Pargo knew at this point that he had a rape kink, but constantly engaging with those jokes is a bit like that's definitely a fucking red flag. That's really weird.
I have to push back. Like, I think, I mean, I've heard tons of people in the commentary community Discord calls like make rape jokes. I don't think like any of them are actually gonna like rape anyone, right?
I know,
I think
but
also in
if
terms.
this person was
Go
like
ahead.
constantly making rape jokes, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Cheers,
If this
Narco.
person was like constantly making rape jokes, I think that's a bit fucking odd to keep going.
I mean, it's probably like weird in the scheme of things, but I think in terms of this community in particular, it's not that weird, right? And I think we have to understand. Like,
I think it depends where and when the jokes are being told, but sure. Yeah, I mean, this joke was told to an actual person that wanted to rape someone, so it just happened to be a bit of an unfortunate one, I must say.
It was, and I think in terms of like, this happened when she was 15, if I remember, when she told the joke, and I just think like this is like going to be like, just like a 15-year-old being really, really fucking stupid and not understanding the seriousness of this. I think I can't imagine like most 15-year-olds being able to act like responsibly in this type of situation, right? I actually don't think they have the capacity for it. And I especially think someone who like has autism and has like all these extra things is like especially not going to have the capacity to handle this type of stuff responsibly.
Right.
Sure.
Okay. Anyway.
Someone who turned an obvious bad joke into real criminal intent. Okay, let's imagine a scenario where you have a friend who likes to talk about school shootings a lot, but in a way that seems like he's not serious about it.
Fucking Elliot Rogers.
It raises red flags, I guess, but you never in a million years have the suspicion he would actually do it. One day when he makes you actually uncomfortable, you say, well, you talk about school shootings all the time, why didn't you do it already? He replies by telling you about his detailed plan to shoot up the school, to which you respond by alerting the school, trying to convince him not to try, and giving the police all relevant information. Did you miss clear red flags? Yes. Should you have made that joke, regardless of intent? No. But if someone places the blame for the whole thing on you, or says you're responsible for it...
I don't think anyone did that, though, did they? No one put the whole blame on Pi.
I think she was accusing me of doing that, but I don't think I did.
I mean, if you did do that, Matt, that would be wrong. But I don't think.
If I did that, then I'll take that back. And if I might have worded my point in my video really poorly, but I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. And as I said, if I did, I'll take that back because I don't mean that.
Yeah, and yet again, it's just unfortunate this person actually was a rapist. So anyway,
holding the school shooter's responsibility and being righteous.
Really show how scummy Pieman can be. At one point, trying to implicate 9 small commentators as CP ring before admitting they just made that up completely.
hahayeah also gets this blatantly wrong. I never made up any CP ring to implicate other people due to me being a shitty person or whatever Matt claims. That's a lie. I'll tell you what happened. Soon after the doc was released, another commentator named Mango DM'd me demanding to know which minors in the community had shared nudes. I assumed she meant people who sent their own nudes to other people through sexting, but she phrased it in a vague, strange way. I refused to tell her and told her I didn't see why she needed to know and it would be a breach of privacy. She kept demanding it and started to say that big commentators like Turkey Tom and Nick Dioria would never accept me back into the community if I didn't give the list, and everyone would hate me forever if I didn't tell them.
Turkey Tom and Nick Dioria.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird. Okay, fair enough.
If I told them the list. At this point,
the gatekeepers of commentary.
Mango was so relentless into pressuring me with them, I was crying and telling my friends who I knew had sent me others their nudes about how much I didn't want to do it, but how pressured I felt. They of course were begging me not to do it, and I didn't want to breach anyone's privacy after already doing so a few days earlier, but I gave in and told Mango a list of names, which Aiden Projects posted. Now, a couple of the people on the list I just guessed had sent nudes from circumstantial evidence, but I was wrong and they hadn't. I won't say who they are because I don't want anyone to know who on the list did or didn't actually send nudes for their own privacy's sake, but most I know for sure did. After this, some people on the list started to complain, and Mango questioned me over it, and for some reason only now clarified our original question, that it was about people who shared other people's nudes, not people who shared their own. I was confused and told her what I thought she meant, and the list was taken down. Mango can back this up if you ask her, both of us were confused by the end of it, but it was a terrible misunderstanding. However, I felt and still feel incredibly guilty over leaking those names, regardless of what pressure was under me or which people I looked up to were demanding me. I should never have breached privacy like that. In fact, I view this as close to the level of accepting Blair's nudes bad. I already apologized to them all, but once again, I'm so incredibly sorry for this. I should have valued my friends more, and me making public your private sexual lives was wrong, full stop. However, that said, unlike Matt, I never just make random stuff up to spite people. Finally, Matt claims that 2 weeks after the losing situation, I tried to make an epic comeback to the community by doing an interview with infamous Mr. Girl where he defended
getting caught with gay furry porn. That's not sorry. That's a falsehood.
Gulp. I thought I did catch you, but alright.
Blair TV actually made the same point in her video.
More annoying part, however, was that Pieman was very clearly trying to make a comeback, not even a month after they originally left, which, in my opinion, is really pathetic.
A couple weeks after I left social media, apart from Discord, where I'd left all servers and only was active in a server about history, Mr. Gill DM'd me and asked to interview me, not giving any details on what the interview was about. He interviewed me and proceeded to try to defend my actions. During the
Did you say Pragnarko?
I just want to ask her. Keep playing the video. I just wanted to ask her.
During the interview, I was actually debating him, arguing that my actions were horrible and indefensible, and stating that I didn't deserve to come back. I did do terrible stuff, and I don't really deserve to be back in the community. It almost feels like I e-raped them, or something. The way I abused their trust. It does feel like it's almost like an e-rape situation. I think that, especially with close friends, that there's a level of trust where it's not okay to break that, especially to that level in any circumstance.
I mean, I think the point of this was as well her trying to say because I put clear Pargirl was trying to make some epic comeback, and I still think that's true because I think she made that Schuler account not too long after this. But
no, that was at least 3 months later, right? And I definitely think at least in the conversation she was having with Bunk just after the Mr. Girl conversation, just to be very clear that she was not, just from what Bunk told me, she was not planning a comeback.
Pussy.
Prag, I have a question.
So I don't think that's true.
Yeah,
what's up?
You have Narco muted. I'll be really quick.
I don't have Narco muted.
Narco wants to ask you a question. Sorry.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I couldn't.
I just wanted to ask you how Tinder's going.
What the fuck?
All right, let's go.
Good one.
I think it's something where it's
I'm being serious.
I understand, blah blah blah. I think it's
no, why text me as a joke?
We're close friends, and that trust level, that's just completely been broken by that. I definitely disagree with your stance. With this situation now, I think I am getting what I deserve. The real victims are the people whose trust I broke. These people who
Let's go Naro.
And still consider friends. Just
Naro.
It breaks my heart.
Sort of cluster called Narco.
What?
Let's go Naro.
Done to them. And I don't even feel like I could ever really forgive myself for what I did to them. After recording the interview, I fully left the internet until my return months later, becoming inactive on Discord and not even watching the interview. Does that seem like me trying to make a grand return online to you? In fact, it seems like the exact opposite. But again, hahayeah is trying to paint a misleading portrait. However, nothing so far even comes close to the most heinous allegation of all.
That's a nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
A large portion of hahayeah's video is dedicated to slandering me as a pedophile. Some such as Blair TV deny this.
He attributes this to slanderous claims. I disagree. Watch the video. At no point does hahayeah refer to you as a racist or a pedophile. The fact that your extended family think you a racist pedophile has nothing to do with...
I must say, Matthew, it's quite tragic that Blair TV's defending you.
He's not here.
Oh, he's not here. Anyway, well, that is quite tragic either way.
The video, and if the video wasn't sent, screenshot.
Matthew, as I was just saying, I think it's quite tragic that Blair TV is the one defending you in this situation, but...
Yeah, I do not like Blair TV.
They're lovely, mate.
Yeah,
Knife!
Likely still think that.
But those people are lying.
Hey, Blair.
The video.
Nice.
Someone who thinks a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old having a relationship is wrong would mess up a story like this. This is a snippet from only a minute into his video, still in the introduction.
Lucy, or Satanic Antifa, was a friend of Pieman. Lucy, or Satanic Antifa, was also an admitted fetishist and pee enjoyer. Lucy is a...
Matt, can I ask you a question about that
Can I just say real quickly, I feel like everyone, even in the chat and even in this call, we can all universally agree, Blair TV bad.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No.
Yeah? Well, alright, no.
Even ignoring all of the shit.
You know that meme with the two people gripping hands? It's just Cam and Matthew, and it just says hating on Blair TV. So that's
Matt and Parker.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a quick question, Matthew, my friend?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just a really big fan.
Sorry.
Dirty fucker. That tweet about the 17 and 18 thing. Do you still stand by that or nah?
He doesn't.
Oh no, I don't know how to, I don't want to say I was in a bad state of mind 'cause that's fucking cringe, but I was not. I was fucking when everyone's fucking coming at you on Twitter.
You say some retarded shit. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Jay did on a stream with Kaiwi earlier.
No, but what I said was still facts.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, beat its worth. Oh yeah, you think you're getting trapped all the time, and I'm like,
what was actually? I actually have no idea what was going on. What drama were you referring to?
It was a Cam one, and everyone was asking me about
What drama do you think you were fucking referring to?
No, because I'm just thinking. I don't remember a lot of people giving him shit for that. I just remember people more going after John.
Oh no,
You know, a lot of people gave
I've got
Matt
loads
shit,
of
yeah.
shit for that. I'd fucking.
Yeah, I remember.
log off
I
Twitter
remember
for,
you
like,
getting shit for that.
Matt like
Yeah.
put a gun to his head and shit. It was fucked
Yeah,
up.
I logged off
He went,
Twitter.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Like, I was
Yeah,
getting tons of shit for that. All my replies were just people coming at me. I did not know what to fucking do. I was panicking.
I think
He
when
was
I
just
first got into a
tweeting
call with
shit,
you it sounds really gay, to debate you about the cam situation, I think I brought up that tweet and you even said then, yeah, that was dumb. So I was quite a while ago as well. So
as I said, I didn't know. I thought I was getting like trapped like constantly. It's fucking gay and cringe that sounds.
Trap?
Like,
Well, I mean, I actually like.
I get knocked down.
I think that's like a fair response.
Yeah.
I've been in that situation, so I know like what it's like. It's like it's pretty difficult to be able to
You're
judge.
just
what you
on the
should say.
defense constantly, innit?
To be fair, Prag, you have more worst takes, but we won't go there.
That's fair.
Anyway.
Robots
dude,
can
Mark's
consent. They told me no, but I did
process
that anyway.
admitted to engaging in Lucy's depravity. This was, according to Pieman, all in order to warn the world about him, although Pieman alludes to enjoying these conversations a lot more than they would like to admit.
Take a listen to the wording here. He says Lucy is a CP enjoyer, which is true, but then says in the same train of thought that I engaged in Lucy's depravity and that I allude to enjoying the conversations a lot more than I would like to admit. Within the first minute and a half of the video, Matt makes the claim that I enjoy CP. And no, by this he is not referring to me accepting my friend's nudes who are all my age or older, because Matt, while talking in this sentence, says I claim
I
it
will
was
say,
all in order to warn
can
the world about him.
can you bring up an image on stream? I don't know if she's gotten to this point yet. But what is it? There was saying that like she was just getting sent the news and didn't know what to do. I'll DM this to you, Jay. This is
Alright,
what
send
she
it over.
said.
On stream.
Can you DM me it as well, please?
He's gonna shut on stream, Kyle. Alright.
Oh, bugger off, knob.
Alright, let me just show this.
Can you like
Okay,
read
everyone
it
should be
out
able
or
to see
something?
this.
Whatever you sing.
I'm just saying, like, what do you think that's implying?
I could have exposed him then. Oh, wait, sorry, I'm reading it really small. I'm literally squinting like an old fucking
Wait, where are we
Chinese
meant
man.
to see this?
It's on my stream. The viewers can see it, but you can't. I could have exposed him then, but at that point of time, I deleted the screenshots I had, as I already sent a tip to the FBI, and Lucy had potential blackmail on me.
Yeah, she covers.
Lucy
she covers
doesn't
this later.
just yeah, sorry, what are you saying, Preg?
Oh, she covers this later in the video.
Oh, does she?
I'll bring it up now anyway. She was. I think she says like, you know, I didn't want the news, but she says as soon as I was done with them, which I mean, is saying, and she says as well, like it wasn't about sending them to the FBI because they were deleted. I think she wanted the news to jerk off to them.
Anyway,
I'm
sorry to be a bit
that's,
unprofessional for a minute. I need to just go for 5 seconds. You guys carry on arguing.
Sure.
Give me,
Fuck
please.
this guy.
Yeah, it's okay. No, I think that's like a really big leap to make, and I think it's extremely an uncharitable leap.
Okay, what else do you think she meant by saying as soon as I was done with them?
As soon as I was done
By
with them.
saying she was very embarrassed and shitty for doing it.
Are we talking about like
referring to the nudes of her friends?
Oh, torture and use her friend? Oh, I think that's the case. I just don't think that's gonna like make her like any type of pedophile or anything, right? It's just gonna be the case that like, yeah, it was like really, really weird. I think it was weird what she did. I think it was morally wrong what she did. She thinks it was morally wrong what she did. In regards to like those nudes.
Wait, so you agree she was jacking off to the nudes?
I'm not gonna make those judgments at all. I'm not gonna like talk about that. What I would say, right, is that obviously what she did was wrong, right?
Okay, so I just want to say she felt embarrassed and shitty for doing that as soon as I
yeah,
was done
she
with
probably
them.
felt ashamed.
What done with them? What do you think that means?
I don't know, but I'm not really gonna make any judgment. I think it would be weird for like a 27-year-old to make make judgments about that. But all I would say is like, I think it's like morally wrong what she did, right? And I think she should have like shed around nudes. But I also think, right, that it is the case that like just it's fucking stupid. It's like terrible.
Well, what I think was she was done with them. I think she was jacking off the nudes of her underage friends. I think that's
yeah, but she was underage herself. Like this is part of the issue. Right?
Okay, but I don't fucking care.
No, but I don't think
I'm not calling her a paedophile for that. I'm saying that's fucking weird.
Yeah, I also think it's weird. She also thinks it's weird.
Her saying she has no, like she wasn't like requesting the news or like wanting the news, but she was jerking off them.
I think it could be the case that like she wasn't requesting the nudes, but she was getting sent the nudes. I don't think that's like out of reason to say that, right?
Yeah, but she
I think there's a
clearly
very, I think there's a difference to like this person sending her nudes of people, or like her sharing nudes around, and she's saying, "I want these nudes." I think those two things are like different, right? I
Yeah,
think
she was still
one can be
jacking
true
off
for
to
the
her.
other one. Yeah, I think it's weird. Like, I don't think it's good, right?
Anyway, back to Tinder. How's that going?
And Discord.
And Discord, you can't forget about E-sex.
And the robots.
I'm getting
Have
really
some
annoyed that you're not
level-
engaging with
I've
my
got my own
conversations.
fucking stream at 20 minutes.
People will be watching.
Wacky TV. Oh, alright, Carl.
Well, I mean, I guess we don't really have to
do it.
cover the stuff. Like there's only like, I'm pretty sure the video only has like about like maybe 7
Oi,
more minutes
Cammy.
of you, and then it's all about.
Hello, hello, hello.
Cammy, stop
Anyway,
deleting
anyway.
messages, mate.
Continue.
It's not on.
Referencing that I interrogated Lucy for evidence while pretending
Wait,
to not be
Emma's
repulsed by some
mod.
horrid sexual
Cammy's
degeneracies.
abusing his
Matt
mod.
claims I
Yeah,
lied
you
about
want
my
mod
motives while
cam,
interrogating
by the way.
Lucy, and that actually
What's
I
he
am
doing?
seeing a video of a 10-year-old
But he's
Delete.
deleted Ultron's message.
Oh, Cam,
Get
don't
rid of
do that
him.
again, please.
being raped and
I'm
listened
not
to
bald
Lucy describe as
anymore.
pedophilia, which means he's
I have
accusing
hair
me
now.
of being a pedophile. Accusing me of lying
got
about my motives
hair.
in regards to collecting
Can't be.
evidence is just calling me a pedophile, because what are you saying my motives were then?
Yeah, by the way,
What
Jay,
were
I'm
they?
streaming
Matt is saying
in
with barely
10
any
20
layer of
minutes.
plausible deniability that I lied about being undercover, meaning that according to him, I was intentionally trying to siphon CPU of young children from Lucy.
When you do a
and
dual
calling me a pedophile.
stream.
This is an absolutely insane claim, and one
What?
even Bled TV thinks is
Dual
idiotic and
stream.
dishonest. To just make it absolutely certain he is accusing me of what he is accusing me of,
Do
he
a
does not say
dual
I engaged
Do a
stream.
dual stream, mate.
Yeah.
engaged in similar behaviour to Lucy, the rapist pedophile, which he says with nothing to back it up.
The document would be more of a double-edged sword for Pieman, exposing himself for engaging in similar behavior.
And here is part of the video where the words gathering evidence is in massive quotation marks in the center of the screen,
Huh?
expressing his unfounded doubt. This is all in the introduction in the first minute and a half, so this is setting it up to your major point in the video. Anyone who says this video doesn't say I'm a pedophile is lying or hasn't watched the video. As Carl Sagan said,
extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
So let's take a look at what evidence Matt actually has to back this up.
What a cool
One piece of
reference.
evidence Matt gives that, quote, my intentions were never entirely pure, is a clip from an interview Aiden Projects did with me, where he asks me whether I engaged
That
in any
guy.
sexual with Lucy, and I say it depends on what he meant.
I don't like this guy.
Love that guy. I love the autism.
Yeah, that guy.
Instead
Oh, I
of
love this
apologizing
guy.
entirely and warning people, Pieman had continued to talk to Lucy under the guise of collecting evidence. However, their intentions were never entirely pure.
And you said you didn't initiate any of these discussions, right? Did you engage in them?
Dun, 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 dun.
Shut up.
I don't know what you mean by engaged. I say it depends on what you mean by engaged, because I never participated in his degeneracies, but I technically engaged by asking him about it for evidence of his confessions, which I used in the FBI report. Literally everyone already knows that's what happened, and it doesn't change anything. The clip is so relevant, at first I thought that was an editing mistake. Okay, so they weren't good points. What else does he have up his sleeve? Well, me deleting evidence screenshots at one point must prove that I didn't actually want to expose him, right?
Pieman, instead of exposing Lucy, instead decided to delete all the screenshots containing proof, because Lucy had blackmail on them. But, I mean, Lucy had no way of knowing Pieman had these screenshots, or if he did, whether or not Pieman had deleted them. If Pieman genuinely wanted to expose Lucy at some point, which I would really like to think it did, that was an incredibly dumb decision.
Well, no. At that point, yes, I deleted the evidence I had because I was afraid of the blackmail. That was a moment of cowardice, and I'm glad a few hours later I decided to expose him. However, given Matt himself dedicates large portions of this video to me not handling dramas and allegations well, such as with the Logan Paul video, I don't know why me deciding to not keep screenshots I thought I literally couldn't use meant that I was lying the whole time about my intentions. Also, at that point in time, I both reported Lucy to the FBI already, meaning I assumed he would be facing criminal consequences, and told Jason to stay away from Lucy, meaning he wouldn't put anyone in danger.
And also because Lucy had blackmail on them. I really hope I'm not the only person who can see the red flags in that. Presumably the blackmail Pieman I was referring to is what they've admitted to so far in the document.
This here isn't even trying to make a point, this is just lying and making shit up. The blackmail I was referring to was obviously me getting my friend's nudes, not getting evidence and reporting Lucy to the FBI, which I had no regrets over. He knows this is false, by the way, because only a minute later, he says the correct reason why I waited a couple hours to post a Google Doc on him.
Pieman had no problem with him sending some of these images before deleting them, when they were finished, using that getting out as the main reason they didn't come out about Lucy earlier.
Once again, another lie from hahayeah to try to make me seem like a pedo, because if I did feel guilty about gathering evidence, then it logically mustn't have been about gathering evidence, and I actually had some ulterior motive. He's really reaching. I can't wait for the real evidence in this video, which is clearly still yet to be revealed 30 minutes in. Another argument hahayeah provides is that I took an excessively suspiciously large time before doing anything to stop Lucy once I had suspicions of him being a weirdo, and that I continued to sext and be on good terms with him after my suspicions began. This is just false, and he provides no evidence to back this point up. My suspicions began literally a day before I reported him to the FBI and exposed him publicly, when he admitted to sexting his boyfriend during his age regression. After my suspicions began, I never began a normal conversation with him again, I never sexted with him again, and once my suspicions were confirmed, I immediately got to work and tried to get him imprisoned. I literally say in the document how uncomfortable it made me, and that it was one of the main reasons I decided to expose him. Is one day really a suspiciously large amount of time to wait after getting only suspicions someone is a pedophile before exposing them? Because in that case, basically everyone who was exposed to one must be some secret pedophile according to Matt. It's not like I willingly allowed bad shit to happen like some people claim either. But to be fair, chronology is not his strong suit. It is clear in this clip where he mixes up the times and thinks I was still questioning Lucy about his fetishes after the FBI report.
Pieman asked Lucy if they could get away with it, how young would he be willing to go? Lucy replied saying a 12-year-old. Yes, Pieman continued to talk to Lucy in order to carry on gathering evidence, and also because Lucy had blackmail on them. I really hope I'm not the only person who can see the red flags in that.
In fact, this was before the report, which is why I asked the question. The question even ended up revealing important information because Lucy admitted to sexually assaulting 12-year-olds, which I assume would have helped with the legal case against him. No idea why Matt leaves that out. That's not even the only time he mixes up the times of that, as later he assumes that happened
Wait,
after...
Matthew, did you leave that out? I thought you put that in the video.
Wait, sorry, what
I'll go back real quick. I think you're sure... Hang on, listen.
Oh, Lucy replied saying a 12-year-old.
Reasons I decided to expose him. Is one day really a suspiciously large amount of time to wait after getting only suspicion someone is a pedophile before exposing them? Because in that case, basically everyone who is exposed to one must be some secret pedophile according to Matt. It's not like I willingly allowed bad shit to happen like some people claim either. But to be fair, chronology is not his strong suit. It is clear in this clip where he mixes up the times and thinks I was still questioning Lucy about his fetishes after the FBI report.
Pieman asked Lucy if they could get away with it, how young would he be willing to go? Lucy replied saying a 12-year-old. Yes, Pieman continued to talk to Lucy in order to carry on gathering evidence, and also because Lucy had blackmail on them. I really hope I'm not the only person who can see the red flags in that.
In fact, this was before the report, which is why I asked the question.
I have no idea if that was even... Anyway.
The question even ended up revealing important information because Lucy admitted to sexually assaulting 12-year-olds, which I assume would have helped with the legal case against him. No idea why Matt leaves that out. That's not even the only time
I
he
leave
mixes up...
out?
Something about Lucy. I keep missing the point they're making there because they showed a clip and they don't... Oh, whatever.
That, as later he
I
assumes
think,
that happened after Lucy's
I think, were they talking about the clip of the 12-year-old, like Lucy sent? Getting,
yes,
like,
yes, I
right?
believe so, yeah.
I'm pretty sure I talk about that in the video.
I watched the video and I don't remember seeing that. I mean, you could have put it in, I just don't remember seeing that, but I could be wrong.
Right.
Wait, so what point is she making?
I think you are wrong.
I'm really confused, but that's probably my fault.
I don't know because I can't see the time. I wish I could see the fucking point in the video where she's talking.
Yeah, instead of just a fucking side jack. Wow.
It makes it a little bit more awkward to look back on, but anyway.
The CP video, just because it's further down the dock.
Lucy was incessantly offering to send the video would be more than enough proof that they had it, and to my knowledge, that would be more than enough proof to...
Also, no, sorry. She says, like, her main point, I think the point of that as well is, the reason I fuck up the chronology was because she put it that further down in the dock, but how is that my fault? Like, surely you'd assume if someone, like, put something later, like, that would be the chronology it's in. Like, so how is that my fault that I put in later?
Well, I think it could be the assumption, right? I just think if we're going to do timeline, you have to make sure you actually know the timeline, not just, like, assuming the timeline.
But because I would have no way to know really, so surely that would be on her to have the.
Yeah. I just think like in the video, the issue is you sound like very confident of the timeline, and it seems like now you're saying, well, actually, I'm just like assuming the timeline based on like the way that the.
I think it's just the information that was out there because it's like that's something that only Pi would know, I suppose.
Exactly. So I was taking her word, and her word, she had it later. So that I assume the chronology must have been in that order.
Oh, so if she messed,
things usually right. So how is that my fault?
I don't think it's particularly your fault. I just think like you should have like voiced maybe less uncertainty about the timeline than like what you were voicing at the time.
But
that's the point.
My point is like, if she put it later in the document, like, so you'd assume.
Yeah, but generally when we're discussing these things, right? It's because the timeline has been clearly laid out. It seems like in her document the timeline wasn't really clearly laid out.
Yeah, so that's not my fault for it.
No, but we would just like say, oh, this is like what we think the timeline was, not this is what the timeline was, because it just seems like it sounds like in the video the impression people are going to get is you know the timeline. It just doesn't seem to be the case, right?
Yeah, but okay.
Well then.
If I said after, I was just listening.
You get what I'm saying though, right?
Yes.
Things I knew about Lucy. It was, as you can tell, a rush document. I never specified the timing of these particular events.
Surely, now at least, knowing for certain Lucy was attracted to children as young as 7, as well as having CP, Pieman would cut ties and release the Google Doc.
Seriously? This is an argument? Well, why didn't you just post the Google Doc already? Maybe because this wasn't just an insert drama for me, but a serious situation where I wanted Lucy to be arrested. Lucy is a dangerous person, and I knew the standards of a conviction in the court of law are higher than standards for a Twitter cancellation. Acting like me prioritizing his arrest over his online cancellation as proof I didn't really care about the situation is disgusting.
I don't think I think that's misrepresented my point as well. Maybe I might have probably worded that poorly in my video, but I think I might have worded that poorly. I wasn't paying too much attention there. That's my fault. But I'm not sure that's a very charitable representation.
Quack.
Go to the police. Go to the police. Don't go to Twitter. It's not the place.
So they have it. Here's a comprehensive list of all of the evidence hahayeah has that I'm a pedophile. 1. I interrogated Lucy to get him arrested and exposed.
Oh, and also
2. I didn't keep
being more turned on by a 12-year-old. That's more evidence.
I thought were unusable.
Do they mention that in this video at all? That DM?
I think she does, but she hasn't yet.
I took a day to expose him. 4. 3 chronological errors on the part of hahayeah, of which at least 1 is a lie. 5. I tried to get police involved in a criminal situation.
But it's a lie, that's not my
All
fault.
this hype for some sort of evidence of an insanely serious allegation and, well, nothing. It's very obvious how some people with no knowledge of the situation who come across this video could believe these false allegations. Indeed, many have. Matt made a video on me which includes blatantly false pedophile allegations that has reached thousands of views. I have no idea why he's treated any differently from anyone else who's started or spread false pedophile allegations.
I'm like, I'm
Alex.
Alex.
This video is quite ironic because most of the
you're
argument
British.
me can clearly be applied to him. Time and time again, the only notable things hahayeah has done is to spread false pedophile allegations. He's most well known for being a bottom feeder for larger creators who themselves are viewed as outcasts.
It's getting personal now.
Actually, I work for a lot of larger creators who are not outcasts.
Hi.
I get fucked. Like Wacky TV.
Yeah, me, I'll pay him.
Exactly.
But
But that's not
existence
Reddit.
amounts to a series of blunders. If he truly believes what he said about me at the end of his video, he should take his own advice.
Log off, go find God, and don't come back.
However, we still have a section of this video we've yet to get through.
Might be looking for a while.
Okay, can I like ask a couple of things?
Right.
Greg wants to ask
You
three
might need.
questions.
Wait, hold on. You just got
Narco, stop sexually harassing Prague.
through debunking
Yeah.
flimsy false
And
pedophile
so, like,
allegations
do you
against-
accept at all that, like, there at least was an insinuation that she was a pedophile?
Yeah, but I think it's founded.
I don't. How is it founded?
All the evidence I talked about.
Yeah, I don't think that evidence, like, clearly amounts that she's a pedophile, right? More than, like, I don't know why.
What do you think about the 12-year-old DM, Prague?
Oh, the 12-year-old DM? She was
Yeah.
15 at the time. And I think, like, she just, like... Well, number one, she didn't know that person was 12 at the time. Later on, she found out they were
But
12,
then she
definitely when the
said-
DM happened. Yep, when the DM happened,
but
right?
But she was saying she was more turned on by the fact the person was 12.
Yeah, I think that was, like, a dumb statement. I don't think it amounts to pedophilia, right?
Do you think 15-year-olds should be going out with 12-year-olds, Brad?
No.
Probably not, because
but
when
I
they're
also
15,
don't,
they're
like,
going to be
ho-
18.
No. But originally we're talking about a relationship that happened between 15 and 13, not 15 and
No, I'm saying,
12,
but if they
correct?
were, if they were to go, but I thought they were 12.
They were.
But the thing is, when she found out she was 12, she said she was more turned on by the fact she was 12.
Yeah, I think that was a stupid statement.
And if they were
I
to
don't
go
even-
out, eventually
It's a
the
bit
age
of a
gap
silly
would be
statement,
15 and
weren't it?
18.
It's a bit silly.
Yeah, it was a bit silly because there's no point in that relationship.
I think it's a
People
silly,
could
but I
argue-
don't think it proves. I don't think it proves pedophilia.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying though, like, it doesn't really show any issues at the time, but like when they're 15, Pi will be 18. I just like it.
Yes,
could lead, it could lead to
I-
issues.
I agree it can lead to issues. I agree that there's a lot of relationships probably that like
Yeah.
teenagers engage in that can lead to issues. I just don't think this proves pedophilia. That is the thing. right?
Okay.
I mean there are certain philias definitely in regards to like certain types of age groups, like
I'm
age
a
differences.
pedophile.
I just don't think this is pedophilia. Like I don't think it is at all right. I think when you call someone a pedophile, you are
I don't
implying,
think
like,
it's a
this person is
pedophilia either.
attracted
Only
to
because
you.
they're both minors at the time. But yeah,
I stand
sorry.
by. I never say Pyro is a paedophile in the video.
But you insinuate it, and
Okay,
people are
but
going
I
to
don't say
take
it.
the idea that she is a pedophile from that video.
I think her actions are predatory, but I never say she's a paedophile.
Yes, but like people are going to come with the way because
Stop laughing.
because you never know she's not a pedophile, right? It's not like you ever like make it very clear that she's not a pedophile, right? And so
Well,
obviously
no,
people are going to come with the idea that she is one.
Okay, but that's up to them.
It's not. You have a responsibility for the type of messages that people are going to get from your videos.
Okay, but if I said she was a paedophile, then that would be on. But I don't say she's a
Yeah. But it's also wrong to insinuate it. Which it is insinuated in a video. You even admit it's insinuated in the video.
Okay, but the thing, I'll be honest. I assume the people who watch my videos are smart enough to like understand, like to take all the evidence and make their own opinions.
Most people, like 90% of people, are not smart enough to take their evidence and make an own opinion that's not going to be like bad, right? Like most people, obviously, right? And the fact that so many people believe she is a pedophile obviously shows you to be wrong.
Okay, well that's not my fault.
It is your fault because you could have avoided this from happening by like clearly making out that she wasn't a pedophile. I don't think it would have. I think this was something that you could have foreseen, number one, and I don't think this is something that would have harmed you to like say.
Okay, but either way, what she did was predatory.
Was predatory, but wasn't Wait. Do you believe that people who people think are pedophiles are probably treated worse than people who are just viewed as predatory?
I think. Sorry, say that again.
Do you think pedophiles are treated worse than people than people who are just like predatory?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and so obviously she's going to be treated really bad, right, due to that, and I think it is not justified, right?
Do you
I
not
think
think
you could
she's
have done something to
predatory,
avoid that.
Craig? Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I understand what's going on here. Do you not think?
Do I not think
Pieman's-
she's predatory?
Yeah.
I think she acted in behaviors that were predatory, but I don't think overall she's a predatory person, right? I think she did some really dumb behaviors, right? That are
Okay.
I hate to say it, right? But a lot of 15, 16, 17-year-olds definitely engage in. A lot of them engage in predatory behavior.
Do they?
Right?
Especially,
Yes.
wait, do they?
Do they?
Yes,
First
absolutely.
I'm hearing
This
of
is
it. I mean, to be
absolutely
fair,
the case.
maybe in this community, but definitely. What the fuck? No. I
Hello,
don't.
everybody. Welcome back to Tipster.
I don't think that's a fair statement.
That's not fair.
Yeah,
I think it's a reasonable statement, and I don't think overall I don't think she's a
Reasonable?
predatory person.
Predatory and
Why you
I
don't
think
think
it's reasonable within this community, but I think that's a bit of a weird take.
Sure,
Don't you
okay.
think?
Okay, maybe this is just like, I'm guessing like you've never worked at a high school, but high
No,
schools have to deal with
I have-
these issues
no, I have
all the
not.
fucking time.
Weirdly
They have
enough,
to deal
no.
with these issues all the time.
Wait,
They
what do you
deal with
mean?
these
Like,
issues
have
all
you?
the time. This happened at my high school.
What do you
right? They
mean?
deal with
No,
this
no,
all the
wait. Can we
time.
rewind it? What do you mean? Have I ever worked at a high
no.
school? Do you think I'm going to be attracted to the kids?
If you want to,
No. That's not. Okay, dummy. That's obviously not what I'm saying. Right? Obviously, what I'm saying. Obviously, what I'm
What's your
fucking-
language,
yeah, okay,
Missy?
That's correct. Fucking. That's obviously.
if you want to talk about
great.
high school, there were tons of people who got like beat up in my. Well, not tons of people because it didn't fucking happen. But if somebody was like caught going out with someone who was like a few years below them, like they would get fucking beat up and outcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
you
lot
can
of
ask
them did get
Wacky
beat
about
up in
that.
No,
our class,
let's not
especially
ask
the
Wacky about that. Well, now I have to explain because now I sound like a pedophile. Thanks,
Because
Narco.
if there were loads of
We've now
people,
got-
Wacky beat up pedophiles.
No,
if there were loads of
no.
people doing it, then the outcast would just be normal.
Sorry, I need to just explain myself. Narco has put false pedophile allegations towards me.
Oh,
So
they're not
okay,
false,
okay. So Prag, I went out with a year 9 when I was in year 10. Do you want to know what the age gap was?
It was 1 year.
No, it was 3 months.
And maybe
it was 3 months.
It was 3 months.
It was 3
Oh,
months
okay.
because my birthday's in June. I'm one of the
Yeah.
youngest in my year.
Pedo.
Yeah.
I actually
and
think
people
there
still
is, like,
call me a
every time
pedo
I
in
talk,
school, but
like,
that's like the meme.
This actually may be like a cultural. I hate to say this cultural difference, but I actually think like I've spoken to a few British people about this. It seems like British people like have way more stricter views on this than like Americans or Australians do. And so I think this might just be a cultural difference. But in my high school,
Which is
this
weird because
sharing of nudes happened like 3 times. Yeah, it actually is really weird, right? But like, yeah.
I think it's a good thing though. It prevents people from like fucking kids.
But I do think like sharing of nudes, like this type of sharing of nudes, like it happened when I was in high school. It happened when my sister was in high school, and we're like, and there's like a 8-year age gap between me and my sister. So like I don't know. It just seems to be a thing that happens a lot. I think it was definitely predatory behavior, but I think the issue is she didn't think it was predatory at the time. Right, I think engaging in predatory behavior, it's like you're engaging and you know it's predatory behavior.
Can we
right?
go back to when you said before
think it's
though,
wrong.
was it
Go
15,
ahead.
16, 17-year-olds interact with a lot of predatory behavior things?
Yeah, I absolutely think like a lot of like 15,
No.
16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, definitely I experienced this and my sister experienced this.
Whoa.
Very sexually inappropriate,
That's just on
extremely
you.
sexually inappropriate.
That
right?
just sounds like
no,
a
I don't
you
think it is
thing.
inappropriate. Don't think it's a me thing. Don't think it's an Australian
Would you-
specific thing.
Well,
right?
I'm not saying Australia. I wouldn't label all of Australia. That's not really fair
No,
to
hang
them.
on, hang on. Just
Wait. Do you think
explain how.
15, 16, 17-year-olds are generally sexually responsible?
That's not. That wasn't the question I initially asked. That wasn't what we're
No,
talking
no.
about.
Obviously, it implies. Obviously, things we would consider to be like kind of sexually harassy, or things we'd consider just to be sexually inappropriate. Obviously, that generally is going to be like predatory, right? Like we would regard it as predatory. Yes.
Maybe it's just me that didn't do that. I'm sorry to be the weird one.
Look. That's like, come on. You clearly know what I'm saying here, right?
Can I ask a question?
Otherwise,
I know
you're
what
going to
you're
be
saying, I
like,
just don't agree
like
with
generally
it.
15, 16, and 17-year-olds generally don't sexually harass people. I don't think that's true.
I'm of that age range. I'm 17. Would you place a safe bet that I'd done that exact same stuff?
Yes.
Okay, Carl. With all
Yes,
honesty,
good
you have
question,
made
to be
very
honest.
weird. Yes, because I think you've definitely made very weird comments about people in vaccines
Mayhem.
before that definitely crossed the line.
Actual comments or like jokes between mates.
But either way,
Jokes
either way,
between
that's
mates
not,
who are adults.
Either
That, like,
way,
that was-
Oh, alright.
No. Either way, that's not on the same level as what Pyro did.
I think it's on the same level, but I wasn't asked if it was on the
No.
same level. I was simply asked, right? I was simply asked if I think
Okay,
that
but
15,
the
16,
thing is,
17-year-olds
there's
generally engage in
levels.
predatory
There's
behavior.
fucking levels to this shit.
I think there are levels. I think there are levels, but I also think like what you think are the strict levels that most like 15, 16, 17 is not going to go to, I disagree with that, right? I think because this happens a lot of high schools, you can hear a lot of like...
What I'm saying, sorry, I didn't mean to be very rude there. But what I'm saying is like there's a fucking sorry, I'm doing something. I lost my train of thought. There's like a difference between making jokes like you'd saying Kyle has done, and then there's a difference between like what Fargo did.
I agree there's a difference. I agree that what Pygirl did was more wrong than what Spinling has done. But what I also think, right, is I think this person didn't think of it as predatory behavior. I don't even think this person, when they were originally doing it, right, was like aware of the gravity of the wrongness of the situation, right? I think this person came aware of it once they saw the reaction of other people and once it was explained to them why it was such a big issue, right? So this is like the issue, I think, right? I think Pygo is like extremely like, especially back then, from what like Bonk and other people in New here told me, extremely mature, extremely like stupid when it comes to social interactions, extremely irresponsible, right? And so I think the seriousness of the issue, no, I don't think she got at the time. That is basically my position.
Big chungus.
There's definitely a lot to unpack from this conversation.
So
I'm a predator. I'm
starting my own stream up, by the way.
Alright, wicked.
I think what we can take out of this is that I'm a predator.
Well, apparently 15, 16, 17 is when you do it.
16...
No, I didn't say that. I think a lot of it...
It's when you're most likely going to do it then.
No, I don't even believe it's when you're most likely going to do it. I just had the belief that 15, 16, 17-year-olds generally engage in predatory behavior. I also think 18, 19, 20-year-olds really also engage in predatory behavior, right?
Then why would you label...
I still do it now and I'm 20. I still...
Prague. Do you think me asking for your snap is predatory?
No. I mean, I think it's weird, but I don't think it's predatory.
How's it weird, by the way? Man just wants a bit of cooch.
Bit of fanny.
Anyway. Back to the string.
Hold your horses because this is going to get somewhere interesting. Hahayeah dedicates a portion of his video to a situation involving me and a much larger YouTuber called John Swan in late 2020
it's the good stuff, boys.
In short, there was this girl who had flirted with me a few times on Twitter who said she was 13, but was lying about her age and was actually 12. When I found this out, I was shocked and decided to confront her, cutting her off and blocking her. During this confrontation, however, I vented my sexual confusion to the girl and said I was turned on by the age gap.
Oh dear.
This is a weird thing to say, but as a 15-year-old with no maturity, having someone who flirted with me so aggressively, revealed themselves to be a year younger, would cause sexual confusion and some dumb things to be said that I didn't actually mean. Since I blocked them straight after this, honestly it should have been a private matter that I regretted, but instead the girl leaked a DM to a doxer who decided to blackmail me with the screenshots and then post them publicly. And, well, I'll let William Aksha explain the rest from his video on the drama.
John decided to insinuate that Pieman is a pedophile because he sent a cringy, flirty message to a 12-year-old. Again, Pieman's only 15. John was making tweets such as, "Why did no one ask the age? You have a self-possessed IQ of 150 and you didn't think to ask the age of the girl you were flirting with in a sexual manner? Wow, that's crazy, John. It's as if the kid is only 15. Why would he ask the age? That's still messed up, LMAO. You're still not helping yourself. No. Leave the internet." Now, if you know Pieman, he's very open with the fact that he struggles with some social issues.
Most, if not all my, close friends are.
What a loser.
John knew that and was still posting things like, how can you control that? Step 1 is to remove yourself from the internet to ensure that you will not fall guilty to the same urges again. Remember, you were being turned on by a literal child. He is a literal child. They're both children. 12 and 15 isn't predatory. They're both going through puberty. Step 2 is to get some sort of therapy or help because this can't go on, dude. This was messed up from John. The kid was
I agree with Willie, but however, Willie lol. But like I said before, it will definitely lead to more. It will definitely lead to problems that are just waiting to happen as they get older. Like I said, 15, 18. Tisk.
Yeah, I just don't think a 15-year-old can like calculate that. That's going to be an issue generally.
Sure, no, I'm just saying if that was to be a committed relationship that they stayed in.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I could.
I definitely agree.
That, like,
but yeah.
A lot of shit and was unironically getting called a pedophile by John's followers. The shocking part is that he then went on live stream to call Pieman a pedophile again and that he needs to leave the internet.
This is not good. This is something I believe you need to get help with. In some way. I don't know whichever avenue you want to take with that, but I think you need to get help because these are the sort of feelings if you're trying to deny them now. Well, earlier, you said in her DMs that these were feelings you had.
John is literally telling this kid that he's so fucked up that he needs therapy for having a crush on another kid.
If you legitimately feel this way, I'm not going to ask you to respond or say if you do or not, right? But if you legitimately feel this way, you need some help, right? You need to log off. You need to like leave online settings because you cannot have a public platform.
Can we get John Swan in the call?
And this stuff is going to haunt you now, forever online.
This stuff is going to haunt you forever online. Let me remind you that Pieman has social issues. Most of Pieman's interactions with other people comes from online. Most of his friends are online. This is where a large
Tell them to join. Prag wants to debate.
life is. And John, someone he looks up
He
to,
probably
is telling him that it's
fucking
all
be
over.
like,
So what do
no.
you think's gonna happen? Pieman unsurprisingly took to Twitter where he posted his suicide note. I'm probably
I
gonna
want
upload my
Pie
next
to
video
come
and
on.
then just fucking kill myself.
I
Luckily,
believe
he
Pie
didn't.
is
Pieman's
asleep.
parents enrolled him into therapy, and he took some time off for himself. Meanwhile, John played hero. John rewrote history. Somehow, John changed the story. He was now trying to stop Pieman's live stream. He was protecting him.
And I told them, the first thing I got on there, I actually went on because I was like, guys, turn off the stream. You shouldn't be streaming about this. Like, what are you doing? It was like about him and like 2 other friends of his, and they were talking about the drama about this photograph stuff. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing on stream?
That is a blatant lie. When John first went on, to me, he sounded really excited. Giddy even to humiliate a 15-year-old.
Yes, of course.
It looks
I
really
don't want
bad.
them to get like by that, because that's really incriminating.
Oh, that was John trying to stop the stream. See, that was him trying to save Pieman. Oh, and that this will haunt you for the rest of your life bit?
And this stuff is gonna haunt
It is,
you
isn't it?
forever online.
Ah, you see, guys, that seemingly scarring statement for simply having a crush on another kid? That was now sound, genuine advice.
I gave him some genuine advice. I said, look, dude, you need to get off the internet. You need to, you need to start readjusting yourself.
Just makes me so mad every time I hear it. It's like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? Now, you might be asking, how did John react when he found out about Pieman's suicide letter? Well, John said Pieman didn't go through with it, so he must have been suicide baiting.
But at the end of the day, he said, I might just upload my next video and then fucking kill myself. And I'm just... It came out later. Okay, well, he didn't... He wasn't... Those weren't genuine. That wasn't a...
I love this
Literally,
stream,
like,
sorry.
Turned around and said he's fine. So he tried to weaponize a suicide attempt to try and make us feel bad about him saying he was...
Look at Harley TBS and
Pieman's the real
shit.
villain. He was after John the whole time.
Yeah.
See, John's the victim because Pieman, the 15-year-old, didn't kill himself. John,
I haven't even heard a whisper of an apology.
started this on Twitter. You went onto his live stream to
Yeah,
humiliate
John's
him.
trim
How
is a
he
bit-
attacking you?
bit-
According
Yeah,
to
what
me,
the
John Swan
fuck?
got into a massive
Looks like my
controversy because he lied
pubes.
to his friends, the entire internet, and dreamed
My
about a
pubes.
Minecraft sex mod.
Yeah, you always knew John was a bad
The
guy.
thing, alright,
Even though he's been
pause.
Leading people.
My hottest fucking take. John didn't do anything wrong with the dream stuff. I
The
think
dream...
it's such-
Wait, sorry, the dream stuff.
Yeah, it's such like a nothing but like he trolled Dream. Who cares?
I think
Yeah,
it's more the fact that
I
he
think it's
lied
more the
about
fact
it.
that he lied
I
about
actually
it.
agree with
yeah.
Matt on this. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's just a lie.
I think that's embarrassing, but who cares?
I
Yeah.
think people just found it more like pathetic that he'd go to that extent, making fucking like,
definitely.
documents on it.
But
And to be
but
fair,
as
he
well,
had a
like-
comeback after that. I think it was the Pieman stuff that Willie then brought up afterwards, and then a year
Pieman.
later the Cam stuff.
Pieman.
I just think it's really like it's such a nothing burger of a dream. Like I think Dream like crying about it was really sad.
I agree, the dream stuff is a nothing burger, but it is like to the extent like if he just came out and went, you know what, I lied, or not even lied,
Yeah,
just I
yeah.
trolled Dream. That would have been the
I
best
think-
thing to do.
The way he went about it was really cringe, but I think the actual substance was like literally nothing.
Of course, but yeah, John, you
Yeah,
shouldn't have
thank-
lied, you silly goose.
Thank you.
Well,
Craig,
if you
for
know,
agreeing
you
with me.
know.
People to actually pay renewed attention to how terrible of a person John Swan is for calling me a pedophile and inciting a hate mob for a sexually confused DM to a person 3 years younger than me, as well as basically accusing me of suicide baiting. It had to take John's massive controversy to even draw any attention to it.
Those
too,
aren't your
because I even
stills.
made a video criticizing John for all this, and it was at first laughed out of the community. John even joke reacted to a draft version of it that was leaked on the stream with the honourable gentleman elucid. After all, before the dream
Hashtag
drama,
apologise,
John had
John
an
Swan.
impenetrable reputation. So all that's what happened
Why
then. How
would
does
he not?
hahayeah describe it?
It seemed as if everyone was taking John's side, that Pieman was a terminally online loser who needs to log off, touch grass, and refrain from e-dating. Obviously, John faced a lot of backlash from this. Wait, hang on a second, that can't be right, can it? After ending the stream, again, an hour and a half later, Pieman, instead of logging off, faced support from the commentary community, with John Swan being branded as an awful person who called a 15-year-old a paedophile. This ignores the fact John said multiple times he didn't think Pieman was a paedophile, just incredibly fucking strange. But no, they're both minors, guys, don't worry, Pieman is completely normal and should be welcomed. We'll never show signs of these tendencies again, guys, don't worry. People like Willie Macshow, or GRC, and Tommy C took the opportunity to platform and promote Pieman instead of crucifying them.
How disingenuous to present the situation like all John did was tell me I'm weird and that I should log off. He also leaves out the entire part about John accusing me of suicide baiting, which is probably the worst thing he did in the whole controversy. Matt's terrible research skills also present themselves again as he makes up out of thin air that I sexted the I'm Alex1069 girl, despite nobody ever saying that. She used to make weird horny replies to my tweets and post horny messages.
Alright, sorry. What do you call like fucking sending sexual messages online?
Flirting.
E-flirting, true.
E-flirting.
Just a bit of fun.
Just, yeah.
Only 2 years.
I mean, the block
fine.
button's a
Bit
pretty
jokey.
cool feature. I mean...
Absolutely.
When a sexual icon of a girl was making
E-sexting
sexual jokes
never
to
could
her
never
partner
be
in
me.
public. I never roleplayed or exchanged nudes or sexted or anything. I probably interacted with her less than 10 times.
I don't know who the
So-
fuck this person is. All I know
Wait, were
they're
they
a
actually
40-year-old man.
Were they actually 9? Is that real or is that fake age?
No, they were 12.
Okay, well, not much.
They were the
better then.
12-year-old.
That was
A
12.
1 year old.
That sounds so bad out of context. That was the 12-year-old. That was...
Matt misconstrued the John Swan situation, just like the rest of the video wrong. How is this some massive revelation? But what if I told you there was a plot twist? The reason the video defends John Swan so much isn't just because hahayeah is literally a close friend and editor for John Swan. Oh, you didn't know that? Well, you do now. Anyway, the real reason is because John Swan was a puppet master, orchestrating the video's production from behind the scenes. Much of the evidence from this comes from a former close associate to John Swan. Much of
Before we listen to more of this, Matt, you say that you can promise that John had nothing to do with your video.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was just talking to my stream for a minute. John had nothing to do. The only thing he did was he made the thumbnail. He said to me, I was like, I'm making a video on Pieman, or Pie Girl now. I'm making a video on Pie Girl. Like, do you want to, like, contribute or anything? I don't want any involvement, he said. Whenever I was like...
Were these in DMs?
Huh?
Were these in DMs or in a VC, sorry?
No, this was in the server we were in. That I think is lost. But he was like, yeah, no, I want no involvement. It might have been in VCs as well, actually. I want no involvement. And whenever I was like scripting or editing and cool, like he would leave. Like he genuinely just did, like he had nothing to do with it.
I think from Pie's perspective, I think it's fair enough to assume that John would be a part of it. But so like, there's no bullet points or anything they were involved in. It was just nothing at all, just a thumbnail.
Genuinely nothing.
Okay.
Like, and the thumbnail was made after the right before the video went up, basically.
Okay.
The alleges he provides proof of, and the anecdotal claims from things like voice calls are backed up by other former close associates of the Swan.
Also, I'll find the screenshot. Basically, Jayco's like the Google document. Hang on.
Wakey, Matt.
Sorry, I'm really fucking sick as well.
I'm sick of your shit.
There's a Google Drive that she accuses John of making. I just want you to send you this if you want to pull this up on stream.
Wicked. Alright, send it over, baby cakes.
Oh, is it? It's what I think it is.
And what is this, sorry?
This is the Google Drive with the Pieman evidence in that she accuses John of making.
Oh, thanks, Matthew.
No worries.
No, you've crashed my Discord.
Oh, sorry.
So I just got the screenshot loaded up and I can't do anything about it. Great. Can I still play the video? I can. What the fuck? Matthew, you've sent me a virus.
Matt, do you have it up on your stream right now?
No, but I can get it up.
Yeah, you should do that as well on your end.
Bruh. Anyway, it's just a screenshot saying Pieman. It says Pieman's video, Pieman, Jaco, Pieman IRL, Jaco. There you go. There's the screenshot. You don't need to see it. Just take my word.
Jaco made the folder is what I'm trying to prove.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can confirm Jaco definitely made the folder. I can see it.
John, whether the claims are true,
I didn't realize I had my microphone off for like 5
rewind
minutes.
things a little bit.
It's rewind time.
After the whole controversy in 2020, John Swan ended up apologizing to me on a call.
Yeah.
It wasn't a very good apology. He was defending himself and attacking me most of the time.
Getting involved in this was a mistake in the first place, but I think it all goes back to a few months ago. I'd just blown up in a big way, and I don't think I was fully aware of how much of an audience I really had. And I said some things on Twitter that I very much regret looking back on now. I definitely was very emotional at that time. I shouldn't have let my emotions get the best of me, and I shouldn't have even engaged in the first place. I apologize for being super emotional in that call. I think you need a break.
Match.
As in, no online stuff. Like, you need to log off of stuff and you need to, like, not be on it. I want to talk about the stream I did, where I said you suicide baited. I want to talk about that. This is probably the hardest thing for me to say today.
But I didn't care for lengthening the drama, so I accepted it and the public largely accepted it too. However, John was being deceitful this whole time, faking the apology. He had not felt sorry for anything and recorded the call with the intent of leaking it anonymously later to get back at me somehow.
And that's something you want to say. It can just be one of you guys.
Can I just ask? This call was leaked by Jaco?
Yes.
Bunkin
It was recorded by Jaco.
It was recorded by Jaco. So yeah, Jaco initially did leak it then.
It's
So
a really gay thing Jaco did all the time was he would just not dox, sorry. He would just record calls like constantly, which is really fucking weird. Like ages before like any of the all of that leak and call stuff happened, where he just sorry.
Gulp.
You smoked weed or something before this?
I think
no,
he did.
I'm really
He's
tired.
fucking dying, man.
I'm still a tiny bit hungover from last night, and I'm really sick. But
So what's this call actually? What is John actually talking about in
No,
this call?
I thought Matt wanted to talk about JK leaking calls.
Oh yeah, I'll just round that out quickly. Way before all of the leaking, all the leaking stuff, where Jake would like leak a ton of stuff. He would like yeah, he would like just record like loads of calls with John, which was like really weird considering he was someone like John trusted. This was like years ago, before this call happened before I'd even started speaking to John and Jake and all that.
Would you say this call makes John look bad?
Yeah, but
makes him pretty bad. Yeah, I do think like JK like seemed, at least when I spoke to him about it, he seemed to like have like genuine grievances, at least in regards to that like section.
I'm
of
sure
people.
he does.
So it seems like he was like
Yeah.
he was
Sure,
pretty
he
upset.
cares a lot.
I don't think it's that he cares a lot. I think he genuinely believed.
about it.
I think he genuinely believed that at some point those people were going to come after him. So he was just like trying
Yeah,
to
I
grab
know
some
they are.
insurance.
I think that's still really weird to do.
I think it's really weird to do, but I think in like that community, it's not that weird because everyone's constantly leaking stuff about each other and everyone's constantly trying to take each other down.
Yeah, and he
So I think
technically is one of
everybody's
them,
probably
isn't
trying
he?
to record each other.
Yeah.
Huh?
But I think
And technically
that's-
Jacob is one of them.
I don't know. I mean, that could be the case. I'm not sure.
Well, this
I
call got out
don't
there.
think I don't think I've ever recorded a call with one of my friends without their permission.
Okay, that's fine.
No.
But
But whether like JK like viewed this as friends or whether he like viewed this as just more of like a business like partner thing, I think is like going to be dependent. And I think probably with you, right, it is the case that those people generally are your friends, and you don't think they're going to probably come out against you. But he probably thinks differently.
JK's a skid.
But anyway, let's have a listen to the call then.
And then one of you guys send it to someone else, and then someone else send it to someone else, and it just went like on a train. Because obviously I don't care. I don't know. I'm just.
You would have a motive though. You would have the motive of like setting your reputation straight. The question is how convincing is the call though? Because I've seen some of it, but that was a while ago. So how like?
No, the call's pretty bad.
How compelling would your case be in this situation?
In that call, I was just like, I just wanted it all to end, and I was like, I was so incredibly compromising. I gave him the out of every opportunity, like every single thing that he could have had, like fault for. I basically said, it's no worries. It looks incredibly bad for him, incredibly good for me. There was almost no framing that looks bad for me. That call, it's pretty bad for fine, and we can listen to it later, the full thing. But I feel like if we want to do this, there's only one way. You create a new Twitter account with a number that none of you have registered, so we get someone else to make a Google Voice number or something, and then we leak it through that, so it has no ties to literally anyone. And then we leave it for like ages, and then all of a sudden people start retweeting it out of nowhere, because you could just say you found it through like Twitter search or something, and that's probably the best way for you to do it. At least the way I thought about it, because you can't do it through an account that has followers. I don't think that's not going to work. Because that would almost be like a
The
mystery.
thing
Then,
is,
right? Like who?
okay,
you
I
know
don't
who the-
get why he had to do. That's the thing. Like a lot of the John drama could literally just be like solved if he wasn't just so like cringe about it. Like he could have literally just, if he wanted to leak this call on his own, like it would look bad on him. But like I don't get why he just didn't do that. Like he wanted to sort of duck around everything.
He was. I'm pretty sure he had like some personal shit going on at the time, and just didn't think like he could like deal with it. So he gave it to Bunkinated, and to be fair, I mean, Bunkinated do like have more experience with that stuff than like he does. So,
No,
like,
I'm saying
that's
that the original. Sorry, I might have worded that
Oh, the
wrong. I was
original
saying
call?
like the original call that Jacob wanted John to leak.
Oh, the
John
call that
wanted
Jacob
to
wanted
leak.
John to leak. Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah, I don't
sorry,
get why he
apologize.
didn't just do that himself. It's alright. I might have worded that wrong.
Anyway,
the leaker is, and you could honestly say like, I could just say like I sent it in a group chat with a bunch of people in there, and one of them probably took it and sent it to other people, and it went down the chain. That's probably what I would say. I don't have to go into depth about who those people were in that group chat or how it got there, but eventually it got to someone
You don't want
else.
to get dragged into like a controversial situation again. Like, right, that would be like.
I think it's going to be inevitable. I'm going to have to say something about it when it happens, when it leaks. That's the opportunity, because right now I can't just come out and say something, right? I can't have a single hand in it, apart from like, I honestly think you don't need to think this far into it. I could just say I sent it to a group chat, and one of those people, well, either the leakers or they sent it to someone else. I mean, I don't have to name anyone. There has to be there literally has to be no names thrown around, because that group chat could have been months ago.
But what happens if
and
this
I
gets
don't
really
know.
big and you know, if this gets really big, someone's gonna bring up the question, you know, like, do you seriously not remember anyone that was in that group chat? And I think that's
Yeah, I could say I remember who they were, but I don't suspect that anyone in there would have leaked it, so I don't know.
John's one harbored extreme resentment towards me. In his private group chats and servers with his entourage of editors, which were all children, John would organize harassment campaigns against me. These teenage editors would spam memes and tweets either saying or implying I'm a pedophile, many of which were ghost made by John, who would not be publicly involved for optical reasons. Even months after everyone, including myself, had moved on from my drama with him, John would remain completely obsessed with me, believing that what had happened was a calculated attempt to end his career. He would constantly talk about me in voice calls and, well, dox me in
I will
calls his
say
ways.
that
For example,
John
once John found a tweet
Technical's video, that was such a cold like face cam bit he did.
You like that?
Yeah.
me at an airport and zoomed in on a background object to show the group chat what airport I was at. Also, John once found my school uniform logo and cross-referenced it to every private school in Australia just to find out where I went to school. This is
This is what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I know that did happen, didn't it?
That was so, but the way she presents that, which is, I think that's Jaco's fault because he misrepresented that. That was a call. I believe it was me, John, and Jaco. Norris might have been there, but I'm not too sure. The whole thing of that was literally John. Pirate Girl tweeted a picture of her with school uniform, with her school badge showing, and John was literally like, "What the fuck? Why would she post this? Like, it's probably so easy to dox her." Then he proved this point. Within less than 5 minutes, he found the school from the badge. If she basically doxed herself, and John was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Then we forgot about it and went on to a different topic after. She represents that as some incredibly malicious thing where John was deliberately trying to dox her. That's just not true.
I think that's a reasonable
Yeah,
belief
go.
to have, though, right?
All right.
Sorry? It's weird, but I think the way she represents that's really misrepresentative.
It might be misrepresented, but I believe, but if you were to hear people do something like this to you, I would imagine you would characterize it probably pretty similarly. You're probably going to have low charitability for
You
someone
probably wouldn't
who's
take it lightly,
doing that
but
type of stuff.
John didn't really make it public, at least.
He didn't make it public, at least, but it was still
he was doing
probably
it to prove
bad
a
to
point.
do.
Pieman's showed this.
If anything, he was doing it to be almost to defend, not defender, but be yeah, no, she could get doxed really easily if the wrong person realized.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just I don't believe that someone
I
who
get what you're
generally
saying.
dislikes someone who's calling someone out is gonna have those motivations. I mean, this might just be a disagreement on what his motivations are, but I just
He definitely didn't have the motivations.
I think his motivations are clear though, since he's not the one that really leaked it or made it public.
No. If I have a bunch of younger people in the call and I am doing this, right, those younger people are not going to have as much self-regulation than I am, and I obviously know, right, that those younger people are likely to engage in this action even if I'm not going to. And so by showing them that there is a possibility to do this, right, it actually creates quite a dangerous, I would say, a danger for Pie Girl.
Right, these aren't 8-year-olds to be fair, but
yeah,
they're not 8-year-olds, but I still think 16, 17-year-olds obviously they're pretty impressionable, and I think they're obviously going to do things if you show them that there's a possibility to do such a thing.
No, all I'm saying is, I hope Jaco wouldn't stoop that low, and I know for a fact I wouldn't fucking do that.
I don't think.
Yeah. I think there was just a risk of something really bad happening, and I just don't think he should have done it. The risk is just going to be pretty bad,
right.
And I just
All
he should have not done it.
Fair enough.
Just your friends is highly unethical. This is also only some of what John did apparently, as this is
Yeah,
only what my source states he had.
I will just say, someone in my
Well,
chat has just said the majority of those calls were us taking the piss, and this video takes leaps to jump to the conclusions about what was said in those calls, which I think is a good description.
Well, I mean that could be true, but I also think it's people making inferences when they're getting attacked by a certain community of people. I think these aren't inferences, reasonable judgments to come to. I don't think these are unreasonable when someone is doing this type of stuff, right? And I would say the evidence, I don't know. I just think it's it's all pretty bad.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Narco.
Epic debate. Behind the scenes, John started organizing a video collaboratively made by the members of this private Discord server meant as his final revenge against me. Members of this private
I will
group chat
say,
who worked in the video
because
about me, including John's.
I either I don't remember this happening, it didn't happen, I don't think, or I wasn't in the server at this point. So when she says I was in this group chat, it's not true, because I don't remember. I genuinely don't recall before my video someone wanting to make a Pirate Girl video.
Okay.
That just seems like that kind of seems weird though, doesn't it? Because it seems like if people disliked her so much that most people, especially around that community, would like be wanting to make videos about her.
Cam says in my chat that he says that you won in the server.
I wasn't.
Apparently.
Well, I wasn't.
I guess
in
that's
the
disputed
server.
then.
Yeah,
he
Cam was
wasn't.
saying you won in the server.
Right. Well, okay then. But I mean, at that point, Jacob didn't make videos. Norris didn't make videos. Cam was the only person who would have made videos.
Cam. Okay.
But I
And you're like very, very convinced that John Swan had no intentions at all, 100% to like make a video of Pygo
Absolutely.
at this point.
Yep.
But that's really weird because he obviously thinks this person is dangerous. Like he obviously thought this person was
Yeah.
really bad. He obviously thought she should leave the internet. So wouldn't like making a video like lead towards her leaving the internet more than like just like being mean to her on Twitter would?
Just to point out, Cam
Okay,
also said that Norris made videos.
Oh yeah, he did. He made like 1 or 2, I think. But oh yeah, he did. Alright, fair enough. That's my fault. But as well, if like the point of like that call with the Jayco call where that Bunk and Aiden leaked, like why would John make that video if like he was directly saying like I don't want involvement, like you can do it. John wouldn't make that video then.
Yeah, but you can do it because if he thinks someone else is going to do it, that just is going to look better for him, right? But I think like if he thought that a video should have not been made, yeah, but if he thought a video should not be made, he probably would have said, "Oh, I don't think that's a good idea." But he obviously thought a video should be made about her, just like not that he should make a pro because he thought he would get like really bad like pushback if he was the one to make it because people would just consider him to be like super biased and like spite based.
Either way, Pygo's point is that John had involvement with the video.
And didn't you say something about John making the thumbnail? Or did you not?
Yes,
Not really.
That's a bit of a stretch though. Just to say
that was after that was after the video was finished.
He made the thumbnail after the video was finished. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It might be a stretch, but I think if we're just saying someone had involvement, right? Like I would say that Dingo will often make thumbnails for Bunk, right? Go ahead.
But the point she was trying to make was John had involvement with the script, which isn't true at all.
Oh, John. Oh, you don't think John had involvement in the script? I mean, that may be not the case.
No, I know because I wrote the script by myself.
But wouldn't you say that a lot of the arguments you used in the script were like arguments that John had made about Pie Girl? Like it was like the video was definitely influenced. Wasn't like wouldn't you say that like the arguments you made were at least influenced by some of John's arguments that he'd made against?
But that's
Pie
not
Girl?
really that's nothing to do with John though,
But
does it?
that was if John was making an argument, like if I don't like Pie Girl and John doesn't like Pie Girl, of course I'm gonna have some of the same arguments as him because like a lot of the situations are black or white.
No, I'm asking, were there any arguments that you had heard from John that you included in the video?
Well, not except like unless you count the when he was on the Drama Time stream, no.
This is so praggy.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Like the arguments from the Drama Time stream, like yeah, but nothing like from a private VC or anything.
I mean, you're gonna say what you're gonna say, and you think it's true. I don't know 100% that it is or not true, so I think we're just gonna have to move on from this.
Prog, you're really progging right now. It's kind of annoying.
You are progging out. Yeah.
Gulp.
Yeah,
Are you
Alsac,
pregnant?
Norris, and Dr. Skipper, among others. Like the Avengers teaming up, this was a server-wide effort to slander me and bury my reputation, headed by a vengeful sociopath type, LARPing as a mob boss. As you can see from these screenshots, John created a Google Drive folder full of everything he could gather on me for the explicit purpose of one of his editors to upload the video against me. Originally, this person was meant to be Norris back in 2021, but after the Lucy situation, it was decided hahayeah would be the public face of the video. As the final video was released on the 20th of March, and John was adding to the folder only weeks earlier...
That isn't true because I decided to make it on my own.
Right. But I suppose this entire segment now is just going to be Pi saying that John was involved, so...
Yeah.
Responsible for the evidence gathering and was the one pushing for the video to be made in the first place. But just how involved was he? Well, while we don't have access to private calls or the Discord server, another situation that happened around the same time is so similar that I believe we can gather a decent amount of insight by examining it. In April 2022, a core member of Mr. Horse! Cammy got drama with John because he was kicked out of the Discord server. John got obsessed with and really mad at him, and decided to publish false pedophile allegations about him as revenge, using hahayeah as a proxy to hide his own involvement. This is all sounding too familiar, isn't it? Cammy was 18, they'd been in a consensual sexual relationship with a 15-year-old named Liz.
Do you want to come
to make it public. After John Swan was made aware of this, he decided to use Liz to try to harm Cammy, doing the bulk of the work in creating a document meant to expose Cammy for predatory and pedophilic behavior. The document was filled with lies and even completely made-up paragraphs that were labeled by the document as written by Liz, and yet he hid his involvement and had his loyal editor hahayeah upload it and claim responsibility for the record of the document. Despite John very, very obviously trying to defame Cammy and slander him as a pedophile after the document was released, it was not received that well as clear.
John, did they say that John told you to claim responsibility for writing the document? Or am I
No,
like,
I decided. Well, that's the thing that got passed around. They were like, okay, who should tweet the document? I was like, I'll do it. And he was like, are you... John literally said, like, John and everyone else is like, are you sure you want to do it?
I didn't know what Mr.
I think Big Emma should have done it.
Yeah,
true.
big
Oh,
Emma.
love that person.
All right, be nice, be nice.
Emma.
Skinny Emma.
John was like, are you sure you want to do this?
Please stop eating more.
In case this like blows up in your face. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, everyone was like, are you sure? And I did it. And then everyone was like, oh, John got yeah, do the whole thing. Which isn't, he didn't like pressure me into doing it or anything. I decided to do it on my own.
Matt, can I ask you something?
What?
Did you write any part of the document?
What, the Cammy document?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally think, I don't know about you, Matt, I think the Cammy situation with John is way worse than the Pieman stuff.
What, the Pieman
In
stuff
some
with
ways,
John?
I think it's, in some ways it's similar, in some ways it's worse. I think, like, here's the thing. Did John look over, like, the thing before you sent it off? Like,
Well, the Cammy document?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he wrote majority
Like,
of it.
this is the most concerning thing for me, because I just, like, I think, like, a bunch of objective viewers of the document think it's, like, not good enough. It was never good enough to, like, be sent off and to, like, make some of the arguments it did in it.
We did do it in like a day, to be fair.
Yeah, but I think, like, John Swan is an adult, and I think he's had enough experience to, like, know that this wasn't enough. And
I feel like
it
that's
hurt
universally
people.
agreed. I agree, Toastify.
I
Thank
think
you.
because he looked over it briefly. He that was the thing. Everyone was like, "Oh, John like rewrote a lot of stuff." A lot of the stuff he rewrote in the document was stuff like we'd sent in the group chat, and he just copy and pasted while he was doing like a quick read over. Like that's one thing I'll stand by. Like he didn't. I'm pretty sure he didn't directly like rewrite everything. Also, is she? I wasn't paying too much attention. I was DMing someone. Is she said that they were false allegations yet?
Pardon?
I don't know. She hasn't said there were false allegations yet.
Okay, I'm pretty
terms
sure
of
in
the
this
Cammy
video.
stuff?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure in the video she calls the Cammy allegations false, which is not true. Like they were all real. Like they all actually happened.
I mean,
Like, that's the thing.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was just saying that's the thing that pisses me off quite a bit. A lot of people have said that like I had falsely accused Cammy, but that's not true whatsoever. Like, even if you don't agree that like they were important to put out or whatever people were saying, like they were true. Like he did sext a 15-year-old.
Cam says in chat that the allegation was grooming, which he is, I believe, claiming to be false. He says, you accused me of grooming.
Okay, well, what do you think he was doing then? I don't know if
Because I think, because Cam can agree, like, the DM, like, he shouldn't have done what he did, but the thing is, it was so misrepresented in the document, and most of the bits that were misrepresented were written by John.
We need to get Cam in this call to debate that. We talk about this literally, like, so many times.
Yeah. No, I know. Let's just get past this bit.
I agree. We talk about it a lot, but I also agree it kind of did like harm him in a lot of ways. So like, it's probably justified.
I feel like if they were going to call out the situation, there was a better way to go about it.
Well-
Like a lot of the things just weren't really represented properly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Especially with like the whole thing where like Cam probably said about 50 million times if he had the permission to do this, and that was like completely brushed over. But anyway, Toastify asks an important question: what thoughts on the new Doctor Who specials? They were fucking awful. They were woke as shit. Anyway,
I think you can't really take the consent from someone who is under the age of consent.
that's what I'm saying. I think if we're going to talk about this further, I think we should get Cam in here, but it depends if he wants to or not.
If you want to come on, Cam.
Cam, you are more than welcome to join, my friend.
And Matt, I know he said this. Are you going to call him a paedophile if he joins? Please say no.
I'll see what happens.
Document became evident, such as the DM conversations between Liz and Cammy contradicting the content of the document itself. Destiny confronted hahayeah on stream about the document, where Matt struggled to defend it under scrutiny.
Did you say everything?
I want to explain how I fumbled on this stream. I don't know if I'll necessarily be able to defend myself, like if I debated Destiny again, but I think I was under so much fucking. I'd never done like a real debate before. I'd fucking trolled Bunk in a debate with like the incest debate. I'd never done an actual debate ever. I was fucking panicking because I just released a document that people agreed with, and then immediately fucking started like coming at me and like shouting at me. I was getting like fucking tons of DMs. I didn't know what to do. I was terrified. And I fumbled. I didn't know what to say, and that's why I was so nervous in the stream. Not because I didn't believe like what the document was about, but because I didn't know what was happening. I was getting a million DMs like add me, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was panicking.
I mean, I get that. I get that. I mean, even I would be like super nervous about debating Destiny. Because he's like kind of a rhetorical giant. I hate saying that, but he is. So it is kind of like.
I mean, if anyone. I think this is kind of fair to say. If some kid got in a debate with a guy who was like the most famous online politics streamer, of course they're gonna fumble or they're gonna look like a fucking complete idiot. Cam was like, Matt was like 15 when that happened.
And as I said, I'd never done a real debate before.
You should have. You should have said no. You should have said
no. But it's where I had people like. All of the comments, everyone in my DMs was like, "Oh, you're gonna look like a pussy if you don't debate Destiny."
Yeah, but that's because they want to use you as like a content spectacle.
Oh yeah, and I didn't know what to do. I was panicking, so I was just like, "I'll go on." I was quite confident. I was like, "I'll probably be able to defend myself. I'm sure it'll be nice."
Sad Jack.
Well.
No.
Well, look what the cat.
No, I should have said no.
But like. Well, don't just fair enough, because now you're trying to destroy his life, right? So here's another question. Has anything abusive actually happened here? Like, is there any evidence of him grooming or ignoring her saying no or anything like that? Okay, no. Okay,
No.
and then my second question is,
Like,
if
you
I
can
were to start
see
looking
how
at these
fucking
DMs, is she,
hard
like,
I'm
flirting back with
panicking.
him? Yeah, but like, so basically she started like she just said that she started like liking him in these conversations, right?
She started what?
Like liking him, like so.
The way he'd
Oh, I don't know what
fucking
you're
get
saying.
me or
Liking him,
pee
liking him,
myself
liking him.
every
Oh,
like
liking
few
him.
seconds
So
was
she likes
fucking
him.
awful.
He's being flirty. Yeah.
Was at this point was a really random question. Was Bunk in the call?
Yeah.
I think he
Was it
joined a
called?
little bit after this point specifically.
I
remember. So like, one. I think this is fair to say. I'll just give you one piece of advice. If you like are not answering the question on one or two, you just like I should say, oh wait, I haven't answered the question yet, because that at least gives you like some space. But yeah.
Right.
She's not saying no.
He's really
What are
shit
we
at
writing
Elden
here?
Ring,
What's
by the
happening?
way. Just want to say, you
Yeah,
can't.
some of my IRLs were watching the stream and they were playing Elden Ring and they just kept talking about how shit he was.
Her name was like brought up here like a few times. What's going on?
Were you involved in the creation of a document against Cammy?
That's a yes.
That was another thing. Like I was getting like so many DMs to add Bunk, and I was like, okay, maybe he'll be nice to me.
Bunky poo.
I mean, I saw it.
Any other document defenders in here?
Was that it? Like,
Why is everybody
Bunk just wanted that free Destiny.
Yeah.
Shout out hard.
I've seen how much he wants to be Destiny.
How many people were actually watching the stream at the time?
Oh, the fucking
Probably like a few thousand because it's Destiny.
Yeah. I was only asking, mate. Calm down.
And they were. I was reading the chat, but reading the chat was not a fucking good decision because that like everyone was being so mean.
Oh, when you say it like that.
know,
See, at least Cam answers about being a prick narco. You should learn a thing or
Mate,
two.
that's what I said. You fucking.
Yeah, but you'd be a bit of a sarky cunt, aren't we?
Yeah, because how do you not know?
It'd be funny if you killed yourself. Yeah, lol.
I did not do that. I don't know where that's.
Is
No,
Kid
that is
mad?
not true. I quoted.
Kid is
it.
indeed
I don't know,
raging.
I thought that was why, but no,
He's almost killed the boss.
I don't know why that's being brought up as fact.
Soon, however, he was
He's
caught in
dead.
a lie, as it came out that it was John Swan's idea to make the document in the first place.
I feel like you should know something. I don't know if this was said on stream. So Matt, did John come on here and say he had no involvement in the document?
Yeah, he did.
I fucking hate Aiden Project.
That's a blatant fucking lie. I'm not gonna like. That's a complete lie. And
He's a great guy.
Hold on,
Are you
let
trying
me.
to tell me that John Swan
Oh.
lied on the internet?
Off
No, I'm
topic a
pissing lessons
little
to, like, a
bit.
fucking 15-year-old to defend.
He Aiden fucking like keeps like just being so annoying at my DMs trying to get me to edit for him. He sent me a
little bit off
message.
topic.
He sent me a message. I responded to him. He didn't respond for a week, and then he responded, and then he got annoyed because I didn't respond in like a few hours. Yeah, that's what I wanted to say about Aiden.
This is Destiny.
I like Aiden. I think Aiden's cool.
John then called in again, admitting to that but saying he didn't have anything to do with the document itself.
So Liz came to me with the story. She basically told me that she felt she was taken advantage of, and that her friends had opened her perspective and said, "Oh, I was taken advantage of, yada yada yada." I saw some of the DMs. I thought this looks pretty bad, and so I gave her some advice. I said, "You could maybe write a doc," and I put her in touch with some of these other people. And I said I'd help out with a doc, but I didn't really end up doing that. But yeah, that's like what happened essentially. To be fair, I did say I would help out with a doc.
That
but I did
was
not end up helping
pretty
out
much
really.
true,
What do
to
you
be
mean?
fair.
That was when I found out. Yeah.
So when you found out, you said I'm
McDonald's rookie.
What's the percentage?
That was when Skipper kept changing all the names.
Okay.
And I didn't tell everyone at the end. I
think my name in that server was Sit, Stay, Roll Over.
I don't know. It was very shocking because I knew Cam as well, right? Like I was kind of cool with Cam initially. I don't know.
Aiden Projects revealed this to be a lie, and more evidence came out that John was the main person responsible for the situation and the one who wrote the majority of the document. He continuously only admitted to what he couldn't deny at any point in time. I think that it's fair to say from how John has used others to cover up his tracks, as well as his hiding his role in this video, that he likely wasn't just organising the server-wide effort to create a video with the explicit intention to destroy me, but he had a large part to play in inviting
There you go, Matthew. Toastify said it'll hire you.
Yes!
I know. I've just made your day.
Backseat, bro. Thank you, Toastify.
That, as well as the fact that since he was so invested in it, he said
I had some toast this morning.
he would have checked the video or script before its release.
No one
It was
cares,
that John Swan created false pedophile allegations against me only a year after getting cancelled for doing the exact same thing. And despite all his claims to have changed, he hasn't admitted to any of this, because as we've seen, he only admits to what he knows others know, not anything he can still escape responsibility from.
If you know the answer, then you know the answer.
So you did it!
That's what I'm gonna say.
John, come on! I'm not.
No, I don't know. Who knows?
So like, I know everything. Like, there's no
If
reason.
you know the answer, you know the answer.
I love this call so much. It's so funny.
If you know, then you know.
Yeah, that was the thing,
Tell us
like,
what's up.
John didn't do anything wrong, it's just the fact that he was so fucking cringe about it.
The kid sent it?
I don't know who that is. Shitty screenshots
hello.
coming from third hand doesn't mean a thing.
So you're basically just okay with saying that like it didn't
Fucking
happen
hell.
because Tro's not going to put up the screenshot.
What?
Is that you, mate?
A large part of me wants to let Matt off the
you
hook
on
now,
about?
because as we've seen from the Cammy drama, he's probably just the front for the malicious operation, and John is the mastermind
like a
behind it.
schizo attack,
Also,
let's go.
Yeah,
Skipper
no,
Mark
that's
and
not
Cole
true,
was
that's
time
not
in the
true.
private group chat when the video was.
What's that?
That's not true. John was a mastermind behind it, she said that's not true.
Gulp.
Planned should probably answer what exactly his involvement was in this and whether he had prior knowledge of the content of the video too. In the Cammy situation, Dr. Skipper was aware of the blatantly false accusations before it
Skipper
became.
didn't have any involvement with the Pyre Girl video, if that's what she's talking about, except the part where I talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, genuinely, I wrote the script entirely by myself.
I suppose. I mean, I'll take your word on it.
If I can still find the document, like, I'm pretty sure I didn't even share it to anyone.
Maliciously gloating about it before its release and implying Cammy was guilty. Once the allegations started to be criticised and John got in trouble, Skipper pretended like he knew nothing.
Yeah, this was quite funny,
In
to be
fact,
fair.
once people started to call Skipper out, he actively dodged social media. In his words,
Apologise
keeping his head
to
in the sand
Cammy.
and just weaselly waited.
Alright.
Classic by Dead Meme Frog.
Yeah, we won't go there, mate.
Go away
I
without
think
him
Meme Frog
acknowledging
is
anything
my
or
chat
apologising to
earlier, I won't
Cammy.
be too
Skipper
mean
deleted
to.
all his tweets about Cammy.
No, even Meme Frog will agree that was cringe.
Yeah,
On an alternate Cammy account, it says that he only heard about the news and was preemptively shitting
Oh,
on
Lanza.
despite not seeing the document or a single
This guy
screenshot yet,
fucking
basically admitting
sucks.
to everyone he's an asshole who's itching to see Cammy's life get ruined. So much
There's
in
this
fact that he couldn't wait for his hat to start
there's
shitting
this
on him
guy on
the
my
next day he
chat
did.
who's just
He then
like
makes a
sucking
final
off
post saying he's
Pyre
going to
Girl.
stick his head in the sand and dips out from the.
But Matthew, just quick question: like, if you actually could maybe get the document and show, like, I'm sure you could show the history of like people
Didn't you
that were in
get
it.
didn't you get told to delete it, or was that a different one?
No, the Cammy document.
Oh, well,
What, you
did you
talk
get-
about the Cammy document, Joe?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the script. For the Pieman video.
Okay, I'm trying to find that now.
The drama entirely.
Silly me.
Yeah. It's alright, mate.
Silly
We'll make
me.
mistakes. It's alright, little goofball.
That wasn't working in his favor.
Makes sense why Chameleon just
a minute,
personality
'cause I
from
don't wanna
wholesome ultra nice
leak
guy
my
to
fucking
insufferable egotist. Everyone who has been
docs on
confirmed to have
screen.
been involved in the creation of that video, especially hahayeah, and especially John Swan, should be treated just like anyone else who spreads false pedophile allegations. As I mentioned earlier, about 2 months after returning to the internet, the video was sent to my extended family by an unknown doxer. Now, who could this mysterious doxer be? Now, I want to preface this by saying we have literally no idea of 100% knowing, since, well, they're anonymous, but we can narrow it down and work out what sort of person.
Oh yeah, this is
First
where
of all,
she
the doxer
accuses
would need to know
John
who
of
I am and be aware of
doxing.
the
Oh, I'll watch this quick.
Yeah, heavily implied, I'd
She
say.
accuses- Heavily implied. This is more implied than me implying she's a pedo.
Look who's there.
Oh, Frood. Hello there.
Oh no.
Surrounding me
Yeah,
and
John.
the video.
Honestly, like, obviously, I can't be sure, but I would say I'm 99.99% certain that John did not send the video to Pyre Girl's family. If he did, then like genuinely, I'd stop talking to him. I'd stop working for him. But I'm 99.9% sure. And as well, ironically, a lot of the stuff she describes in this little bit, like, are probably more accurately described to Jaco. Her, like, someone being so obsessed and going out of their way to do something.
So if you
I
had to
don't think
guess,
it was
you'd say it was
Jaco
Jaco.
either. No, I'm not saying it's Jaco either, but I'm saying what she says would. I'm saying what she said would apply more to Jaco. I don't think it was him either. I think it's probably one of the fucking small
Have you ever spoken to
commentary
John
like
about this?
brainers. Yeah.
And he's okay.
I
So
spoke
he's
I spoke to him about it the other day.
Right.
And he was like, "Yeah, no, absolutely not."
Mm-hmm.
For them to feel the want to go in this effort to attack me.
And also,
means they are
I
deeply aware of
don't
my
believe John would do that. Like, regardless, like I didn't go like John would not like do that whatsoever.
Do you think most people are going to believe that? Or do you think most people think John has a history of like doing a bunch of shady shit in which it like would make sense that he would do something like this?
Why don't you tell us, John? You're here right now.
I don't fucking know, but John would not fucking go out of his way to find someone's family and send him a video. Like I don't think. Like again, as I said, I'll stop working for him if I find that out. But I absolutely do not think that.
Mm-hmm.
existence. Based on this, it's pretty certain the Doxer was either a member of or working within the commentary community. Second, the Doxer had to have the means to dox me and my family. While I've changed things so that it's no longer possible, I now know how this happened. However, to do this would need my real name, which I've not made public. The only times I've ever told anyone my real name were when I accidentally leaked it twice in tweet screenshots, both times of which I deleted
Yeah, as
tweets
well.
within a few
So
minutes
that
after
could
being
be anyone who saw them tweets.
I suppose I don't. It's hard to say. I don't know who the Doxer is. I'd be surprised if it was John. To be honest.
I'll show you. I've got the version history up, by the way. I'll send you a screenshot of this.
Cheers. Don't break my Discord.
The virgin.
I'll try my best.
by Jaco both times that I'd accidentally doxed my name. This means whoever doxed me likely has to keep close tabs on me and save tweets I make right after making them, which also means the doxer.
Sorry, the history. Is that all of it?
There's a tiny bit more, but it's about like a couple of edits.
Okay, then. Oh, there you sent it.
Oh, you silly.
Oh, so yeah, that basically shows that. Yeah, okay. So John
Yeah.
had no actual involvement in the video.
No one else. Literally no one else.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I've seen it here, folks.
And then.
So what
yeah,
does
no.
it say, Mikey?
I'll pull it up on stream. I'm a bit scared too, because I'm scared it's gonna crash again. But I'll try. Hang on.
Oh, I'm sorry if you can.
If I just delete that. So. Bear with me.
No, I've crashed his fucking Discord again.
No, you haven't. You haven't.
Stop hacking people, Matthew. I'm sick of it.
Sorry.
Alright,
I'm
good shit. I'm
fucking
gonna put
sick
it
of
on screen again here. So we got this first one, which is the history of the document, which just completely just says hahayeah, and the second part is the exact same thing, but it's a different screenshot. It just says hahayeah. So there you go. John didn't have any involvement in this script. Wicked. Just delete that. No, thank you for showing that, Matt, actually. I'm glad you did. That clarifies a lot of shit, actually. For a lot of people, especially for Pi, if they ever look back on the stream.
What was the screenshot?
The version history of my video, and it's just yeah, on my script. It's just, yeah, it was only me who wrote the script.
It definitely.
And there were
Gaining
no
damaging
comments on
information
that
about me.
either.
As well, the Doctor needs to not only have an obsession with me, but a seething hatred of me up to at least 2022. Because going to all this effort and hurting me in such a disgusting and personal way through a pretty complicated method means that whoever did it has deep personal problems with me. Probably, but not necessarily knowing me.
A lot
now,
of people have
personality.
problems
Who would have the
with you,
personality
Pi.
to
As
go
well,
as far as to dox someone
she
months
also
after
goes
a
on and
drama?
showing a bit that like other people like Spondale were obsessed with her. I'm not saying Spondale was doxing her as well. Mr.
That guy's a
Toxic
prick.
stuff.
I'm gonna spread misinformation. It was him. He's the one that doxed.
Yeah. As well, she literally put screenshots of Mr. Toxic there.
Did you just play a video of me saying spaz attack?
So you know, I have a theory it might have been someone like that who's on the screen right now.
The RFC community. What, Mr.
Yeah, no,
Toxic?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's more likely, isn't it?
I think they're probably equally likely.
Why don't we
Michael,
just
you
ask?
look at
Oh no, you're not fucking saying that.
Wait, what did you say?
Wait, you don't think John and Mr. Toxics are equally as likely to have sent
No.
the video to him?
No.
No, what the fuck
Why?
is wrong with you?
Toxics is a known doxer who sends people child porn. John Swan found their school because they wanted to prove how retarded they were.
Because they.
No, yeah, that's so true.
different.
That's so true.
Yeah, it fucking
Like,
was.
yeah, it is.
We've just talked in the
One
stream
of the
about how
worst.
this was true.
So no. I never agreed that.
Do
that
you
was
actually
true,
believe? Do you actually believe that Mr. Toxic and John are on the same level of like fucking doxing?
on the same level as doxing? No. Do I believe that
same
John
level of
Swan and
doxing.
Mr. Toxic equally were as likely to send like the video to Pygirl? Mr. Toxic because he's a freak. Pygirl, John Swan because I think he really, really wants like Pygirl off the internet. Like there are differences, right?
That's an insane take.
Well, why is it an insane take?
So silly, Prague.
You're so silly, Prague. You're so silly.
Don't just call it silly. Just make
You're
an
so
argument.
silly,
Don't just be like, oh, it's silly. That's
You
stupid.
silly Billy Willy.
It's such a silly take. Wait. John Swan, John has been caught doing all this shit, and we suddenly think he would not be capable of like sending the video to her family. You actually think this?
Why don't we ask the family?
Sure, no. If you're assuming that John has had all this information on Pygirl for this amount of time, then I'm pretty sure that video was sent to Pygirl's family like a while after the video went up. John knew when my video went up, so why wouldn't he just do it as soon as it came out?
I don't know John Swan, right? But all
Well,
I'm
there you
saying
go.
is I don't think it's super unlikely that like he like did it, right? I think this is like crazy, right? I think especially since like he's done a lot of other really shitty stuff to a lot of
As someone who knows John Swan, I think.
yeah,
he's
that means
very
you're going to be
fucking
biased towards him. You're not going to obviously thinking rationally about him.
So you're going to be biased against him.
Huh? I don't like John for the behaviors he's done. I have no idea about how he is interpersonally, right?
So are you biased?
Yeah, huh?
So are you
Why am I
biased against him?
Why am I biased against him?
Okay, this is a dumb argument now. This has just gone silly. All right.
Well,
No, I'm saying Mr. Toxic is more likely than John.
Yeah, I don't think that's reasonable.
Retard. Wait, go on.
All right.
Okay. It's okay. Carl's just getting upset. We can continue now.
Oh yeah, no. I just think it's retarded, but go on.
Let's just keep playing the video, mate.
Craig, the same person who thinks that robots can
This was a complex plan to hurt me by going after my family. This likely was done by someone who clearly knew what they were doing. I mean, they created an anonymous account that couldn't be traced back to them, to leak media they thought was damaging to me. Who could possibly do that?
You created a new Twitter account with a number that none of you had registered. So we
Yeah, no, that's not even a plan. That's
and then we
just
leak it through that. So it has no ties to literally anyone.
The pure malice to be willing to destroy someone's life over false allegations is also something not many people have. Whoever did this needs the capacity for malicious revenge to the utmost extreme. Finally, whoever doxed my family would need to hold Matt's video in high regard. They must think it's damning.
What's up?
Toastify said that Mr. Toxic sent him an email a while back. Is that to do with Matt's video?
I think he means just in general.
Mr. Toxic just does it to everyone. He still tries to get into my
He's never messaged me, thank God, 'cause apparently he sends people CP.
Yeah,
I mean, please message me, I mean, anyway.
And the main problem with it is that it wasn't spread far enough to destroy me. They need to actively hope for the success of the video. There's the motive, the skills to carry out the act, the mindset needed to feel compelled to do the act, and similar behavior. I'm not quite sure who could fulfill all these criteria, but if someone did, despite being extremely sus, you should remember currently there is no hard proof anyone did it, so don't go harass anyone. To conclude, this
No, don't go harass everyone. There's no hard proof when she's just very like blatantly implied.
Hell-bent on revenge. It calls me a racist, a pedophile, and more, either with no evidence or based on misinformation. The fact that people who usually have good takes promoted it is sad.
Toastify says that it was just in general. Disappointed. Yeah,
in general.
Disappointed.
And those who continue to promote it to this day as a good video should have the credibility.
Sarah.
Guys, you need to clarify that you make your jokes, or I'm gonna make a video on you.
Seriously questioned. In late 2022, Cammy, Frood, Prague, Wacky, Matchsticks.
I just want to point out this never happened. They got the people wrong. It wasn't.
What was me?
Firstly, it wasn't me. It wasn't Matchsticks, and it wasn't. This is a really dumb thing to correct, but I'm going to correct it. And Carl didn't either. From what I understand, it was just Frood, Cam, and you, Prague.
Me. I led the call, yeah.
I mean, Matthew, have I ever told you to take down the video on Pieman?
I don't know if I was talking to you at that point.
Well, there you go. There's your answer.
I think I'd still want to have you blog.
And Kyle definitely hasn't. I don't think Kyle ever would have. But I mean,
I think didn't Kyle come in late in the conference. I think Kyle did come in the call, but I think he came in the middle. Like I don't think.
Kyle ever said take down the video.
No. Kyle never said take down the video, but Kyle was in the call. He just came in the middle. Like he didn't. The call was already going for like 8-10 minutes.
But I appreciate being given credit for something I didn't do. So thank you.
Yeah. It's okay. I'll give you credit for everything in the future. Don't worry.
Thank you.
hahayeah refused.
In fact, Pieman says in their response they don't want to spread this information. The video is still publicly available on their channel.
He even refused to pin a comment clarifying anything. His reasoning was, the damage is already done, and all the information in the video is public. The second is irrelevant, and the first is false, because the more people see it, the more people are misinformed. I hope the video is on the side of this, but I won't get my hopes up.
a while ago, Pi asked me for any screenshots of Matt or anything, and I said like no. So they must have gotten this from someone else, because I assume it'd be someone else, because they were going around asking people for if Matt ever wanted to delete the video or anything.
Right.
Oh, maybe he got like when maybe fuck yeah. No. Maybe she got it. Yeah, maybe she got it when maybe Jalen sent it. I would assume Jalen, because when Jalen was in that server for a little bit,
I
so it might be
forgot Jalen were in there.
Fucking hell! I
Yeah.
think foxes are shagging outside my window.
Oh,
don't know if you heard that. That was so loud.
Record it.
Jesus.
This video was not the end of the misinformation, which continued, often stemming from those who watched the video, who only found out about the drama through a chain of Tanya's whispers. Multiple times I've encountered people who thought I was a pedo based on baseless rumors I had no idea even existed, especially that I saved CP, which, well, I don't even know where they got that from. Literally nowhere in any of the documents does it say I saved CP. In fact, in the second document about the Lucy situation, I literally say I didn't. Some spag called Izzy also banned me from every Discord server he was a mod in because I might ruin people. The Pile Duration syndrome is real, folks.
You're a sick fuck who deserves to be shot in the head.
Of course, I get continuously harassed by people spreading lies and calling me a pedophile to this day. People acting like I like the harassment are plain illogical. I've had to private my account multiple times because of death threats, and a swarm of people calling
They
me
were
a pedo in my
circle
replies,
tweets, by the
including
way,
my
so
trauma
someone
from
Yeah,
Drunk
you're
Podcast.
leaking circle tweets.
That doesn't make me break down as cringe as that sounds. In fact, the group of people who...
Wait. Oh, I love this guy. This is, to be fair, this Spondale thing is quite funny because they were literally simping for Pi.
I think as well, it's I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be right. I don't fucking know like anything about Spondale, but I'm pretty sure these are jokes.
Yeah, he is. I've interacted with him like a few times.
They probably are. I just think he's a little bit of a spurgy cunt.
Yeah, no, he's fucking weird. I don't like him, but I think these are jokes.
He like all I know him is for entering the bunk server and trying to start fights with people. That's mainly what I know.
Months after I left the community to mass quote tweet me, was so not obsessed with me that they pressured my best friend to secretly record me venting a breakdown to him. They then played the secretly recorded call in a group chat, where they proceeded to laugh and make joking tweets about it. Now, if you don't care about this, sure, whatever, I went moral fag, but logically, if you think this is fine, then you don't really have a right to call anyone else out for encouraging the leaking of sensitive private media of someone through a person they trust. The funny thing out of all of these attacks against me, though, is this gentleman called Spondale, who is known for DMing girls sexual comments and rape threats, accusing me of basically sexually harassing him. According to him, out of nowhere in late 2022, I sent him a photo of me with a skirt in which I'm not wearing shoes from my Shawl account, which he found disgusting. I pointed out he was literally DMing me that he was jerking off to my selfies in the conversation prior to me sending the picture. He asked me to send him pictures, as well as that he was publicly and privately simping over me. He denied this, both out of fear of him being exposed as someone who jerks off to ugly troons, as well as to preserve the validity of his allegation. Unfortunately for him, I have a screenshot of him literally saying let me hit 24 times.
That's clearly a joke.
I think, yeah, if it's, I mean, it's literally publicly on Twitter, I'd say that's obviously a joke, yeah.
No, I'd say that's shit on everyone.
Sarcasm.
Is Pieman autistic?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember there used to be like a ton of tweets from her saying like, "Oh no, I'm not autistic. I got tested."
But to be fair, so Spondale, so it's just like,
true.
you know, that
then
fucking
also-
thumbnail, two retards fighting.
Also, there was that thing she made where she was like, "I don't like music except epic rap battles of history."
Except video game soundtracks.
Oh yeah, I remember
Smosh
Pieman's
one
take
goes
saying, "I
far.
don't get people that can listen to music." It's like, all right.
I think that's the worst fucking.
All
take,
music is
actually.
bad.
Yeah,
No.
get her on one Limp Bizkit song.
Photo I sent after, weeks before the event he refers to took place. So much for they're ugly as fuck. To top things off, going back to the actual misinformation regarding the Lucy situation, Aiden's comment here works well as a compilation of the most common misconceptions about the drama that don't stem from the
Aiden's just a
hahayeah
bit of a
video.
retard,
Rather,
though,
this
isn't
comes
he?
from a twisting of my words from an interview Aiden did with me the day of the drama. The first thing Aiden claims is that I suspected Lucy was a pedophile but did not initially report him because I wanted my friend's news to continue. That's just completely wrong. Me saying I wanted Lucy sending my friend's news to continue was in response to a question as to why I didn't report him for sending me the news of my friends, not in response to any question about Lucy's passion to failure. I never engaged sexually with Lucy after I had suspicions he was a pedophile. In fact, I spent the whole time after then trying to expose him and send him to jail. This also ties in with the third thing, saying that I engaged in Lucy's actions, even though I suspected him of being a pedophile. Aiden once again gets the chronology completely off, despite it being pretty clear in the document. None of the getting my friend's nude stuff occurred after I
Aiden's
suspected
done
him
that
being a
shit.
pedophile, and any claim to the contrary is completely slanderous. I did not, I repeat, did not try to use Lucy for my own sexual purposes after I had any suspicion of him being a pedophile. The second claim is technically correct, but a comment later makes this a bad argument. I only needed Lucy claiming he had possession of CP to report him to the FBI. I didn't need proof that he actually had it. However, I didn't know this. I was very intent on getting Lucy into prison, and I wanted as clear evidence as I could get. Aiden states later in the document that he is my age, and that this is all common sense, but it's not common sense. Aiden might have an in-depth knowledge on CP law, but I did not. CP is not my field of expertise, and expecting a 16-year-old Australian to know all the laws and evidence for a criminal conviction isn't common sense. Of course, I'm stupid
As a
and should
fat man,
run
we need
someone
to go
else.
back and see that pizza again.
The
But
work is
she,
me, but saying that I knew.
so she
the law
was
inside-
fine with like researching Egyptian law, but American law.
No. That's maybe.
It wasn't her that. Wait. It wasn't her that researched the Egyptian stuff. That was Bonk.
I don't care.
the majority of research. No, you can't claim something that say I don't care, right? Like you obviously do care, otherwise you wouldn't have claimed it.
I was clearly fucking joking, Prague. I don't care.
I don't think you.
Okay, but who built the pyramids, Prague?
Bunk.
Aliens.
Yeah, Bunk. He built the pyramids.
Mama
yeah,
Toto.
exactly, Bunk.
Mama Toto.
I make art of Mama Toto.
Alright, let's all do a funny Egyptian dance.
Prague, I love you.
Alright.
Thanks.
Wow, you're not gonna say it back? What a bitch.
Love you.
Oh, okay. I love you too. There we go.
Goals. Couple goals.
Hang on, look at this. I'll send you this fucking DM. Look at this fucking Neek in my stream, what, Joey?
There's a Neek.
It was a Neek.
Let's send it over then, mate.
Don't say that, mate.
Don't make fun of my view account, please.
Is that actually? That's someone joking, isn't it?
LT Bucky.
Because they've been doing it the entire stream.
hahayeah is over. Okay, you're done, dude.
Oh fuck! Between that and being depicted by a Slayjack.
Good.
I think it might be done for you, Matt. You might need to read.
All right, everyone, shh, calm down, boys. We're nearly done.
Oh my god!
Grab your doner kebabs. Let's carry on.
I need a.
I actually was eating a pizza
on my stream.
Mate, I love you, Narco.
I was eating some cheese pizza earlier.
I want you to spit it in my mouth, you slut.
Wait, Testify said Pieman did the legal arguments, Bunk did the moral ones.
Bunk loves a good moral argument, though.
I love
For the sake
what made you interested with this particular topic?
I just like shagging my sister.
I don't think incest is that bad.
But what if Bunk and his sister weren't related? Would it be fun?
Yeah, Bunk's classic start.
Okay, having sex with your mum, it's bad, but it's not morally wrong, though, is it?
Wait,
it may be illegal, but it's not immoral. So now vacate the studio, but leave the music.
Can we continue now?
No. All right.
Sorry,
no.
Prague,
we like to have a bit of laughs here on Gay Alert.
Yeah.
Listen, lemon milk, it's not for you, okay? Leave that to us. Continue.
You don't know the milkers.
Reasons? This is silly.
We've been milking all day.
Well, that's all I've really got, but this is enough to show just how widespread the misinformation is even to this day.
I didn't want to make
I'm sure some people will question why I'm still talking about him and whether I'm obsessed or something. I'll just point out that the last time I publicly criticized him was in early 2021, almost 3 years ago, and the last time I mentioned him publicly was in late 2021 when I tweeted a defense of him after he begged me in my DMs to make a tweet saying Technical shouldn't have mentioned what he did to me in his video on the commentary community. I didn't even talk about this when all the leaks came out last year. I only decided to make a video now because, well, I have all the information, as well as the capacity to make a video on it. Also, John Swan has been the one obsessed with me, as I've proven, so it's funny to call me out for that. I didn't just make this video to respond to one video that's in the past, is to end this barrage of harassment that's continued to this day. Without this video, I know that it would all continue, and there would be many comments repeating debunked misinfo like, aren't you a racist pedophile, or didn't you save CP? I'm sick and tired of it. Why didn't you just rebrand? Well, I did, and it continues because I don't want to completely hide who I am anymore, so people who know of my controversies come out to tell a bunch of people about
rebrand says
honestly, if this was all organic, I wouldn't even care too much, but just knowing a lot of this was part of a malicious attempt to destroy me makes it all the more evil. I made a lot of mistakes with my time online, not just mistakes, but bad decisions that I made out of my own selfishness and disgusting
and also like
I'm still solely responsible for what I've done.
Yeah, also like being like chatting to people, like flirting to grown adults online.
Gulp.
Average
when
man.
even John Swan got into trouble for slandering implying I was a
rebranded to
pedophile,
Charlotte.
right? Then got so mad about it, he proceeded to encourage his child friends to make memes implying I'm a pedophile for months. Then a year later, create a video that makes up information to slander me again as a racist pedophile. I don't want to go full Tommy C here, but John Swan is an insanely messed up individual. Proportionality in regards to my actions here is a story that doesn't end right now. Because a certain figure, one harmed most by what I've done, decided to go insane and hurt me in countless unjustified ways. This person is one of the friends I received nudes of from Lucy.
Who's
this person
that?
was my best friend, Blair TV. But her feud with me is enough for a whole other video.
I know.
Part 2.
Blair TV mentioned me in their video. Let's go.
Oh, did she know?
She did.
Video, I think.
Because she's your sister, man.
Oh, Blair TV. Oh, actually, fucking kill yourself.
Lucky.
She's the sister I wish died at birth.
Years. Until then, see ya.
You wish death on a lot of people, don't you?
You wish death on
Oh yeah, this is the awesome song.
I like
Well, Pie
that.
Girls Fit
There's
has
a
done
one
it
line
among
that
the few who watched it, with Dr. Skipper ducking all the while.
Sorry, we're gonna have to put this in normal speed for this song. Sorry, I need to hear the bars.
Until then, see ya.
It's a spoof of a song from The Simpsons.
Yeah, I know, Prague. Don't need to ruin the joke.
Oh, don't be mean.
Okay, fair.
Don't be horrible.
Well, Pie Girls Fit had done it among the few who watched it,
want me to be honest,
Dr.
it sounds better
Skipper
spelled.
ducking all the while. And Cammie's tragic cancel made us smile.
Why does this shit always
While
have
John
girls
Swan
in it?
called anyone he hates Peter.
Sorry, man. I'm too busy listening to this song.
Because Christmas is a time for giving.
Yeah, giving allegations.
Video essays, talking commentary.
Commentary, he said it.
He said
Those
something
trees
common.
are indeed common.
Hey!
Come
You
on.
said it, not me.
We're talking Pie Girl, Jaco and the Mats.
The Mans.
Jake won the man.
Talking commentary,
man
from streams to video essays, talking commentary. A psych typo and Norris, a lucid chasing that minor gat. Alfie beating women with a bat.
You know, Pieman paid someone on Fiverr to sing this.
Why don't you just use fucking AI?
Yeah, I don't know. I asked them. They told me that they did it on Fiverr.
That poor man.
He must have been so confused.
They copied your bloody out.
The Blair TV is the one that's next. Okay, boys. We're done.
Well, that was so good. Prague, I think you're wrong. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Alright.
I think you're both wrong.
I'm
Actually,
gonna
agree with
Wait,
Pike,
hang
yeah.
on.
I'm gonna
You
respond to the part of the video I missed because I've got a bingo that I've had set up that I need to do as well.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna I'll do that on my own stream if you're closing up for the night.
I'm closing up my one now. Yeah. So has anyone got any final thoughts for you two to argue some more for more content? Or are we done?
I mean, if Matt, do you have a final statement? I have a final statement.
Well, I mean, I'm streaming on my own. I'm about to go into my own server. If you want to continue debating, if not,
Go on,
that's
Preg. Just say your last
absolutely
thought and then we'll move on.
fine. Yeah.
All right. So I think again, I think Matt's video, hahayeah's video is deeply flawed. I think if we use the stand that we use for Pie Girl's Logan Paul video, then this video is definitely unjustified and probably should be removed. I definitely think at least that there should be apologies towards it getting sent to Pie Girl's family, which definitely led to deeply distress for her. And I think
Oh
broadly,
yeah, no,
this has just been a
I
terrible
genuinely, I feel, I don't condone that. I feel very bad about that, but I can't do much about that.
Anyway, also thank you to Wacky for having me on.
You are welcome. See you later, guys. Thanks for watching Gala.
See ya.
Hey, promote my stream, Jay. Promote my
Oh
stream.
yeah, Matthew's live right now, so
On the hahayeah channel.
everyone goes over to the hahayeah channel. In fact, before I actually close it off, I'll just do this actually, just to because I know people are lazy.
Can't you host people on YouTube now?
You can just do this. There's the link. There's Matthew's.
I swear you can just host people because the
There you
link's
go.
not showing up.
I'll join.
Everyone, you join over there. I'll see you guys later. Until next time. Stay